Good morning, everybody. It is 7 a.m. on Wednesday, July 5th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect sunny skies with a high of 92. Coming up on OTB, we have a new edition of Weekend Winners at 8 a.m., and we take your questions in OTB Mailbag at 8:15. You can follow today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. Hour number one of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
Let we go!
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I gotta come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, what's happening, everyone? Welcome in July 5th, 2023, and the boys are back from a little July 4th break. Hope that everybody had a great holiday weekend as we currently make our way through the worst of the placed Julys. I think we got next year that's going to suck again, and then maybe we'll get back after. So we learned this, I think a year or two ago on Off the Bench, Jake, that how the calendar works. Like if July 4th falls on a Monday, then the next year falls on a Tuesday, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that means next year's will be on a Wednesday, which is probably only the only worst day that it fallen on a Tuesday, as many of you already had to take vacation days on Monday because your employers are hard drivers. And now next year it's going to be even worse, as you can look forward to taking a vacation day on Tuesday and Thursday if you really want to lean into that July 4th week. But it's okay, because after that we get Thursday and we re-enter the holiday promised land. So I hope you all had a great 4th, though, spending with family and everything. How was everybody's celebration of American independence?
Ours was fun. Did a little fireworks. Obviously, with the youngins, we don't get too crazy, and you're not supposed to do them, I don't think, in EBR anyway. So we just did like the Roman candles and like the little rockets, and nothing too crazy, but they had a lot of fun.
You let Harlow play with a sparkler?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Like
just hold it away from your face. Just
14
tell the baby
days
that.
old, something like that.
What? I mean, come on. If she's
Gotta learn somehow.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta learn somehow by doing. You need that hand-eye coordination. What about you, boys? Mario, Taylor, how's your 4th of July? How did Monday's show go?
Monday's show was great. Shout out to Taylor, helping me hold it down.
Nice.
The 4th was really good, man. Yesterday was pretty chill. Ate a lot of food, drank a fair amount. On the 3rd, I went to this party at Lafreniere Park, and that was a lot of fun. I saw Brett Michaels perform live from Poison. Kind of random, but that was fun. Went home and watched Rock of Love after that. There's no way they can make that show today. So yeah, it was a good
Rock
4th.
of Love.
Now, last I saw of Brett Michaels, he was not in a great way on stage. It looked like maybe the rock star lifestyle had led him down some dark, substance-riddled paths. What kind of performance did he put on?
It was okay. He definitely looks a little older, for sure.
I'm not talking about looks, though. When I saw him, he was just clearly too, combination of whatever feeling. He had too much going on in his brain chemistry to really function.
Nah, he was okay, man. He
Okay,
was good.
hell yeah.
Maybe he was
All
a little more chill for a concert in Metairie as opposed to wherever you saw him at. But nah, it was good. I thought it was good.
I've never seen him live. I just remember viral videos from a few years ago where it looked like he was kind of spiraling. So that's good. So he put on a good show.
He put on a great show. It was a good time. And for what it's worth, there is a lot of school spirit for LSU right now. Like, I saw a lot of purple and gold.
Yeah.
Heard a lot of people talking about the football season. LSU has some juice right now when it comes to sports.
Yeah, I agree. It's the best conversation piece. We did the most fun thing we did over the weekend was I actually got to leave the kids with the grandparents, and me and my wife and my brother went and did a little charter fishing trip at Toledo, which I'd never done before. Even though I've been going up there for 30 years. Shout out Robert Lewis, Captain T, putting us on them things. But the point is, you're seeing a bunch of new people, you're meeting a bunch of new people, and a great icebreaker is to just throw about, hey, how about them Tigers, huh? And then, you kind of chop it up a little bit. Maybe they really care. Maybe they really don't. But everybody still got swept up into it. It's kind of representative of why sports and championships matter so much. It's the community aspect, the communal aspect. It's a great way to just make some easy conversation with some fellow human beings.
You know, my oldest always asks me, he's like, Dad, would you rather LSU win a national championship or the Chargers win the Super Bowl? Because he's a gigantic Chargers fan. I'm like, it's always going to be LSU. He's like, I just don't understand. I'm like, no. And I'm talking about every sport. I'm just like, it's always going to be LSU. He's like, why? I'm like, it's so good for the local, like, economy. It's so good for the vibes around the city. Yeah. Like, it does so much for Baton Rouge. It does so much for Louisiana. And I think he's starting to see that now because of LSU winning a couple of national championships here in the span of a couple of months. He's like, man, I think you were right. I think you were on to something. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, it helps everything here in Baton Rouge.
Well, and now we have football to look forward to. And we do have actual sports in the docket today. I want to discuss why this LSU-FSU game will be unlike any that we will ever see again. How's that for a YouTube title there, Taylor? And also, I do want to talk a little. Taylor sent a pretty interesting article from Kat Terrell, ESPN.com, and it was talking about Taysom Hill and, you know, what will his kind of role be from a pass catching perspective. But I think the Taysom Hill hole goes deeper when you think about how does he exist with Derek Carr, with Jamal Williams now, and kind of exploring what you would do with the Mormon utility knife that is Taysom Hill. Taylor, I didn't ask you. How's your fourth, dude?
Yeah, it was good. First time in a long time I saw a noon movie on a Tuesday, so that was nice. Saw the new Indiana Jones, pretty good. Yes, dude. Indy out there beating people with his cane, looking old, but he could still do his thing. Ate it. We went to walk-ons as a family. You got to love that, right? Yeah, not very many places open on the 4th of July. Nope. I figured that out yesterday, but walk-ons coming through as always. So we had a good day.
Well, it's interesting because I was thinking about this as well, but you don't. Oh, my God, dang it. I left y'all. I had y'all something, and I left them. Oh, crap. And now you reminded me because it was food-based. I'll bring them in tomorrow. They should still be good. They're in the fridge. But I bought y'all each a dozen Bub Tea tamales up there from Zwally. You never had a Zwally tamale. They are some of the best. It has to do with their Native American origins. And Bub Tea comes from a family that has been making tamales for generations and generations. Yeah, it's like I'm sorry, boys.
318 rite of passage.
I knew it. I just knew it. I knew it. I just knew I was going to forget him. So I apologize. Text me, remind me, so I bring him tomorrow, boys. But shout out Bub Tees. But I guess where I was going with that is, I too was thinking yesterday or Tuesday about how, I don't think anywhere really going to be open because generally this is when you're just, you go to the grocery store and then you end up cooking at home or whatnot. You probably can expect a lot of Indiana Jones talk in hour 3, as well as Taylor's done a full rewatch. I watched Last Crusade yesterday. Probably going to get down on some Raiders later today. It's kind of in the air with the new Indy out. So looking forward to that. Oh, and Jake, you just rewatched Crystal Skull.
I did. First time since the movie theater. And kind of had the same feeling I had when I left that theater. What was that, like 2008 maybe or so?
It was when in college, so I think that checks out.
Yeah, it just not horrible.
I remember liking it in theaters.
Just didn't hit.
I remember liking it in theaters. I didn't fully agree with Matt Stone and Trey Parker's depiction of how fans felt about what Spielberg and Lucas had done to the Crystal Skull, but I don't know. I haven't seen it in forever, so I got to
rewatch it.
I will say this. I do feel like you start to see some of the elements that people are upset about in Crystal Skull. You start to see them kind of peek their head out in Last Crusade, but maybe it's just that Sean Connery and Harrison Ford are just so charismatic and badass, so you don't really care. Look, we'll break all your Indy action down in hour 3, and like Mara said, we're going to make up a section of Weekend Winners, OTB Mailbag as well. So it's going to be a fun July 5th, 2023 show, and we invite you to hang out with us the rest of the day. Let's talk LSU, FSU next here on OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Go to allstartoyotabatonrouge.com, All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com. It may be a hot summer out there, but you can get those hot deals always at All-Star Toyota. You go on the website. It's a great way to start to explore those deals. Remember, always got fresh deals for our military members. And July 4th, always a great time to celebrate the veterans, the active service members, those who have committed themselves to sacrificing, their own personal time, lives, everything, the highest to keeping this country the wonderful place that it is. So shout out to the troops, and shout out to All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge. Go check them out. Always got great deals. AllStarToyotaBatonRouge.com.
If you're buying, leasing, or if you're renting, it is truly the one-stop shop, and you might have already used it for a vacation as far as the rentals. Well, don't worry. You can do it again. You know how easy the process is. It is per-day rental prices. Everything is available, so go ahead and rent that Toyota today. AllStarToyotaBatonRouge.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big D and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music. We got laughs. We got celebrity in-studio guests. We just need you.
Join us every weekday morning, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., right where it all started.
That's right. Louisiana's country station, 100.7 The Tiger.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m.
At lunch, taking a few days off for the 4th of July. We'll be back on July 5th, Wednesday, from Mike Anderson Seafood, just off of Nicholson. It's live at lunch, live from Mike Anderson's, Wednesday, July 5th, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Ryan Brack says, wait, all balls back in the building from start to finish? That's right, Ryan. Again, pleasure partying with you at Don Juan not long ago. It's Wednesday. It feels like Monday, right? So I guess if you want to come hang out, I'll be at Oliver Twist tonight. July 5th action. Not drinking a gallon of purple drink like last time. Probably need to take a couple days off of drinking at least before the weekend starts. You know, it's been a lot of cold Coors Light taking down on that boat.
It doesn't feel like you're going to if you have Skenes tea tonight.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I think I'm putting this out there just so I can already head it off. Be like, sorry, I can't. No.
Maybe tomorrow.
No cocks tonight. No premium cocktails for your boy tonight. I had two Max. I never really drink those casually, but every time I'm there, I do, and they're quite delicious. Okay, there's actually a lot of great indie talk that we're gonna have to work through here. But before we get there, I guess look, 7:00 hour. We'll give you some sports to chew on before we go completely off the rails, likely for the last couple of hours. Also, at some point, we'll let Mario and Taylor talk a little NBA news cycle. Also, as Pelicans getting ready for Summer League coming up this Friday. I feel like I've caught a lot of like Pelican drama through osmosis, a lot of Gale pay the tax. I don't know what anybody's talking about. So, Mario, I'm going to ask you to fill me in a bit later. Also, Chet Holmgren highlights are back in case you missed them.
He was good. He was
from
good.
Last Summer League. He looked great. Jake, LSU, FSU. How far away are we, boys?
60 days. I only know because I did a countdown thing the other day.
60 from LSU, Florida State.
Okay,
Yeah.
Impressive, Machio. So damn, boys. I mean, 2 months straight up on the dot. 2 months away from a game that will be unlike any season opener that we will ever see again. And look, if you removed all context in terms of what it meant going forward, and you just looked at this game itself, it would already be incredible, right? You already have two teams that are going to be among their conference favorites, that are kind of sneaky high playoff odds. Two teams that are going to return quarterbacks you think are probably top 10 in the nation, return a lot of talent on both sides of the ball for both teams. FSU number 1 in the country in that department. So there's two big brands, another neutral site this time. So like there's all these elements that already make it an awesome game. But Jake, the reason why I say this will be unlike anything we'll ever see again, this is the last year of the 4-team playoff.
Right.
And so because of that, this is the final year in which your margin for error will be this thin, right? If you lose this game, you're not eliminated from the playoffs, but you cannot lose another. Like if you lose this game and you still have aspirations to make the playoff, maybe you could squeak your way in 3-loss. We've never seen it before, or 2-loss, excuse me. I'm trying to think we've seen a 2-loss team in the Final Four. If we have, it's just been once. I don't remember. But either way, the point is, you lose this game and you have to be perfect, or your playoff dreams for this year are dead. And in a 12-team playoff, that won't exist. You'll have more margin for error. You can fight your way back. And so you have what is likely the most anticipated LSU opener since what? Oregon in 2011?
Maybe Miami in 2018. I mean, just because it felt like there was a lot at stake for that game. But as far as like playoff and where your season's going to end, you're probably right.
So a couple of top 5 teams is going to be incredible, and it's a throw of the dice. Right here early on, you are going to put it all on the line, and there are going to be it's funny, Jake, so Monday morning quarterback is always a thing in football, right? Where everybody gets on Monday and you overreact to whatever you saw over the weekend, but it's always biggest the first game. As the season goes on, you kind of get into a flow and you become a bit more measured and you have more data from which to pull. And so you can be like, well, yes, he may have done that this game, but as we've seen on the season, he's been really good, the whole blah, blah. You don't have any of that week 1. So not just in terms of like actual competitive, we need to win the game so that, again, we increase our margin for error so that you can lose one later down the road if you need to, but also just from like a confidence standpoint, both the fan and the players, how you perform week 1 can have a huge impact on the season. It's maybe why I'm so impressed that they managed to kind of bounce back last year after struggling out the gate, because that would have been easy to kind of say, oh, here we go again. It's going to be a 3rd bad year in a row. And after such a brutal loss, they actually had the mental fortitude to say no more and to change that.
Yeah, and you didn't really know what that game was going to be a year ago. You didn't think Florida State, like they were kind of in that, is Florida State ever going to be back? And they certainly had a year last year, and they ended the season on an absolute heater, winning their last 6, but they won double-digit games, it seems like for the first time in a very, very long time. And so, like, going into it, it didn't have the juice, but then it ended up being one of the craziest games that we've seen. And then both teams ended up having a really nice season, but now everything is pointing to that game. It's one of the biggest openers, not only for LSU or Florida State, but that I can really remember because it's going to be a top 10 matchup. You already laid out the quarterbacks, T, and you know, if you're Florida State, you know that you've got LSU week 1, you've got Clemson week 4. Like, you know you've got to get off to a great start because chances are you're going to lose one of those games. Even as good as Florida State's going to be, that is a very tough stretch. And so you realize how important that opening game is for you. Same thing for LSU because you realize, oh, yeah, you're in the SEC and nothing's going to come easy. So I love these openers. They can do a lot for you to spring you forward, but they also can do a lot to throw you backwards as well. Like LSU didn't allow it to a year ago, but you're talking about maybe one of the most marquee matchups we've had in an opener in the last decade of any school.
I mean, and football is such a fickle mistress. Think about Mike Norvell right now. He has all the momentum in the world after last season, after winning 10 games, getting his entire team back, Jordan Travis back. It feels like Mike Norvell, like, you know, this is a guy who was all but fired after the first 6 games of last season, even with the LSU win. And even going into the year, like, you know, Coach Prime, is he going to end up in FSU eventually, blah, blah.
Right.
And all of that now has kind of quieted down. But as you just pointed out, it could all unravel. If you lose both to LSU and Clemson, all of a sudden, you're not winning the ACC. You're not one of the big dogs. Like, you're not an actual top 10 team. You're just a pretty good college program. Maybe you rallied to win 9 or 10 games, but it's not going to mean that much in the end because your fan base has higher expectations.
Yeah, and you're the king of Florida as well right now. Florida is down bad. Now, Central Florida has some juice going to the Big 12. Miami's down bad. So you're the unquestioned king of the state, in the state that we know, like, how important it is to be on top, to win recruiting battles, to do all those things if you are where he's at right now. And you've got LSU, and then you've got Southern Miss. I mean, it's not an easy game. You go on the road to Boston College, and then you go on the road to Clemson. So it is like those 2 games in between. Boston College on the road, we don't know what they're going to be, but they've got to get off to a good start. If they're 2-2, they can still roll off because it's Virginia Tech, it's Syracuse, it's Duke, it's Wake, it's Pitt, it's Miami, it's North Alabama, and Florida. After that, it's easy. After they get past that point, but 2 losses is going to be too many if they want to achieve what they think this team can achieve.
I love it. 2 losses is going to be too many. Or what about like 2 losses is going to be 1 too many?
Whatever you want to do it.
No, I'm just working. I think it sounds. I think it's because it's true. Especially like I think it's rare for anybody. Again, maybe Chad can confirm whether or not a 2-loss team's ever made the playoff, but it definitely ain't happened out of the ACC. Like we have as a voting public, the sentiment has become painfully clear that we do not believe in the power of the ACC as a conference, and you must be. 1 loss is the only acceptable bar that gets you in. Taylor, I see you nudging that mic over. What's going on?
A 2-loss team has never made the playoffs.
Okay.
Because I remember all the talk last year was like, even though LSU has 2 losses, if they win out, beat A&M, beat Georgia, they could be the first 2 losses. 2 losses never made it.
This is actually what made me pretty angry recently.
I'm a big fan of 2-loss national champions.
I agree. Hell yeah, dude.
Big fan.
It's actually the best kind of national champion.
Yeah, I don't recognize any other.
It's the people's champion, right? Because, I mean, who's perfect, okay? Jesus. Okay, I'm not Jesus. You're not Jesus. You know who is? Nobody. And that's what that LSU 2007 12-2 team represents, okay? A team that was willing to be vulnerable in a society that demands masculinity. And no. They were willing to show a bit of weakness, only to show that you can still be and do the things that you dream of doing in the end, okay? Sometimes, again, it's not, what does Rocky say? It's not how hard you get hit. It's how much you get up. No? You keep going. We played the clip recently.
How hard you can get hit and keep moving forward.
Yeah, thank you. Exactly. Yes. That's what that 07 team showed.
Y'all should have just let T go because his brain was trying to get there so bad.
It's about how hard you hit back and keep getting hit. Yes, it's about how hard you keep getting hit. That's no. Scott Dice says I'm a big fan of 2-loss national teams as well. Man, still got a lot of Indy talk. I mean, do we want to dive straight into Indy talk, guys? You know you're tickling my fancy. I just know for many of you, 7 a.m. may be too early, and I don't want to deal with all your angry comments. But look, to wrap up the LSU-FSU conversation, enjoy this. Because, again, this is a game that no matter what you do, you can have a super exciting number 1 versus number 2 matchup to start the year, and it will never actually carry as much weight as this one does right now, simply because of how the postseason is changing.
And we kind of talked about it last year as well. For LSU, if you lose this game, there's nothing that you can do week number 2 to make it feel better because you've got an FCS opponent in Grambling. I think last year it was Southern, right? There was nothing that you were going to be able to do in that game in the fans' eyes that was going to be like, okay, we're on the right track. We got things figured out, right? So you got to go out there. Week number 1 is going to be so vital because you come back week number 2, and you're going to play a lot of backups. You're going to have an opportunity to work on some things. And then you go straight to, on the road, Mississippi State, 11 a.m. kickoff.
Ooh, scandalous. I almost lost at 11. 11 a.m. in Starkville's weird. I almost lost the game over there at that time.
Did you?
Yeah, we were that was at Chad Jones' game where Chad just basically saved the game alone with a punt return.
Your playing career, because you played – like you and I played on the same team. I think you're much older. I'm like, you can play with Chad Jones.
Yeah.
Like, I played with Chad Jones.
Yeah. Chad, 07 GOAT. The only time I was ever mad at Chad Jones was during summer conditioning one time because he was such a freak athlete. I think he just intimated to Moffitt that maybe the workout wasn't hard enough or something. And I'm over there like, like dying. I'm like, no. And Mom was like, okay, I got something for you, ass. And yeah, next thing you know, it got harder. Thanks. Man, maybe it wasn't hard for the guy that could win national championships on the mound while also returning punts for touchdowns in the SEC and would have been great in the NFL if not for just a tragic accident. But for us regular folk, it was adequately tough, I would say.
I had my first career touchdown was an 11 a.m. Jefferson Pilot special in Starkville.
Oh man, blast from the past. That'll be look. I'm very interested to see what Mississippi State's going to be like under Zach Arnett. I have no idea. I'd be lying if I said I felt good about it though.
Yeah, I tried to get a lot of information out of Zach Arnett down in Destin at spring meetings. A little reserved, held it in a little bit. You can tell that the head coach and the charisma of getting behind a mic hasn't quite formed yet. Not to say it won't, but he was definitely like an all ball all the time coach, and he's like, I have to do this. But
which is interesting because it does line up with. I think we can talk about this now. Like, no, whatever. I think this is pretty much known, Jake. That when he interviewed at LSU, the interviews went horribly.
Yeah,
and that's one of the reasons why he was not hired. And so, it's the antithesis of the Jay Johnson interview, in which Scott Woodward, not that Woodward was with Arnett, but it's like, wow, that was the best interview I've ever had in my entire life.
Yeah, I wonder what Mississippi State does defensively. Obviously, like he was the guy, and he had a unique defense, and it is a little bit unique at this level of football. You'll see it in other places, but 3-3-5, and then him playing cover 0 is kind of his. I'm going to bail myself out. It's aggressive.
3-3-5 cover 0 sounds like two things that I hate.
Yeah, it is very aggressive. And I've told this story, 1,000 times, but I remember sitting next to Slinger Ensminger when he was kind of helping out. He wasn't the coordinator. And that year, I would just sit by him. I guess it would have been 21. I'd sit by him and I'd watch the games. And every time that he was about to run 0, he'd tap me on the shoulder. He'd be like, yeah, he's going to run 0 again, isn't he? I can't believe he's going to do it. Look. And then cover 0, LSU would hit a play over the top. It's something that guy believes in. But I wonder, like, him being the head coach now and not being the coordinator, if somebody else comes in and is like, Coach, I know you like being aggressive.
There's no
way.
No, there's no way, right? I mean, that's his baby.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm intrigued. I mean, who's the OC now?
I have no idea.
I mean,
that's true. That's
funny.
one thing.
Phil Longo would have made more sense there than Wisconsin. It feels like, but yeah, what's gonna happen with Will Rogers? And then
they're going back to a more traditional offense.
I do remember reading that, but what does that mean? Who's in charge of it? And is that actually like good because I felt like they were making a lot of headway by being a bit more untraditional. Like
Kevin Barbay.
Oh wait, is it the SMU guy?
App State. He came from App State. It
Okay,
says.
okay. He actually has sneaky great offensive numbers. I remember reading about him now, so that's probably a solid hire. I'd be kind of excited. Also, that means he was a part of that game last year that everybody forgot. Whatever, one of the craziest games I've ever seen. UNC App State. I think it was like week 1 or 2. Yeah. App State scored 40 points in the fourth quarter and still lost the game, which should be impossible to do.
And then beat A&M.
And then beat A&M. Which, by the way, my God, my mentions remain a dumpster fire because I have decided to kick the Texas and Texas A&M anthills.
Yeah, I guess you were A&M and Aaron was Texas.
Well, no. I'm not anybody. I am merely.
I mean, but that's your stance is A&M's a better program than Texas.
So all I am saying is that on the football field, factually, Texas A&M has been better since Texas National Championship loss in 2009. And that is, I laid out the numbers. It's inarguable. Like, that's just the actual facts. Now, Aaron's like, oh, but, Texas is the bigger brand. Texas has the bigger potential. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I could even agree with that. But factually, A&M has been significantly better in a significantly harder conference. I think what sucks for A&M is if all the little Bevo boys are finally correct and Texas gets good, then A&M really missed their window to keep this rivalry going because they would have smashed them as often as not these last 13 years, whereas now it feels like maybe Texas got some of that momentum back.
I think the one thing still that, Texas can hold, because I agree, like where they're currently at right now, yes, but A&M not winning a national title since 1939, that, and I think it's been since 98, the last conference championship they won.
Kyle Umlang, I'm not entirely sure how to say his name. He's one of the main Texas kind of writers, right? Like a Shea or Billy Lucci, something like that. And he tweeted out on 4th of July a picture of the flag saying, happy 4th of July, Independence Day, whatever. And, recognize that Texas A&M has never won a national championship since this version of the flag existed, which, of course, was after World War II when Hawaii would have been added. I'm not sure when Alaska was added, but you get the point, right? Because A&M, like Jake just said, it's been cursed. It's been cursed. I think A&M has a chance to be sneaky good this year. I hope not. I hope nothing but failure for them, but we'll see.
Phil still thinks it's going to be right. We had him on the show last week, and I don't know if you remember, T. I went back to the returning production chart a ton last year because it was playing where teams that a lot of people didn't think would be there were not only in it, but like TCU goes to a national championship, and A&M's got a lot. Now, they were a bad team last year, but they were a young team.
Yes.
And they have a ton of returning production coming back this year.
Yeah, everybody acts like that entire class disappeared. And I get they lost a lot of talent, but they had so much good players. Like, it's not.
There's going to be schematics, too. It's not just Jimmy's and Joe's for them. Like the X's and O's part of that saying it's going to be a big part for them.
That's the question. Can Petrino be better than Jimbo? Because Jimbo is obviously not pushing that, and I don't know that he can because his numbers weren't that good.
It's been fascinating to see everyone just assume Petrino's going to work. Like no matter who I talk to, like Connor O'Gara, our guy, he's like, I got Petrino coming in, things are gonna be different. I'm like, Connor, like they were 56, I think, in total offense in the FCS last year.
Yeah, where's the Arkansas State? Where was
no,
Petrino?
He was at Missouri.
Okay,
State.
Missouri State. Yeah, no, it was not good. His offense was not good.
So I'm like, one, he's got a style of offense that played well 12, 15 years ago. Was it really good? Yeah, it's damn good. Had a Heisman Trophy winner, all that. We know that. But the game's changed. Jimbo didn't change with it. Are we sure Bobby Petrino has changed with the game? Maybe he did. Maybe this offseason but that's a dynamic that people are assuming is going to work because of what Petrino was. Let's take a look at what he was a year ago. Outside of a game against Arkansas where they had some, looked like they put everything they could, resources into that game because of who it was and Petrino. They were in the 50s in the FCS.
We'll see. We'll see. A lot of talent on that offense. If they screwed up schematically, I'd be angry if I was an Aggie fan.
Defense, I think you're okay for A&M. Offensively, you got to see how that dynamic plays out.
When we get back, let's talk a little New Orleans Saints and the Swiss Army man himself, Taysom Hill. Do and remind you, go to RejuveMeMedical.com. Restore me, refuel me, rejuve me. You're going to feel younger, better, faster, stronger. It's like the PF Flyers of anti-aging clinics. Okay, you go in. They have now got locations in Shreveport, along with right here in Baton Rouge, Metairie, Slidell. And look, your needs are not my needs. They're going to draw your labs. I don't care if you're 10, 30, 20, 30, 40, 50, whatever. Probably not 10. You go in, you get your lab drawn, see where you're deficient, and then they help put together a plan for you. And look, they've even caught like health issues while running these that have really saved people and helped people. So check it out. Maybe HRTs for you, maybe metabolization optimization, maybe something more cosmetic. It's all there for you. Rejuve Me Medical, RejuveMeMedical.com. More OTB next.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $25,000 off new 22 Ram 1500 SCA trucks and incredible deals on all remaining 2022 inventory. All with Bayou's 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
Hello, Samantha, dear, I hope you're feeling fine. And it won't be long until I'm with you all the time. But until then, I spend my money up right down on my last dime. Come on, live Baton Rouge. I'm ready, what you put me on through. Gotta send my love down to
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. and backed by the one-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never.
Have a happy 4th. We're off Tuesday, back Wednesday for another edition of the Hunt Palmer Show. It'll be a What If Wednesday and baseball transfer portal. Hunt Palmer Show, 1 to 3 weekdays, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome back to OTB, Wednesday, July 5th. All right, real quick here. Let's dive in. Kat Terrell had a really good piece on ESPN looking at Taysom Hill and kind of asking the question, should Taysom Hill get more, have more receptions this year? And it's a valid line of questioning, certainly. But I think the conversation then easily evolves, Jake, into what should Taysom Hill's role on this New Orleans Saints be? And the reason being, look, last year he developed arguably into your most dynamic piece of the offense. I mean, by the end of the year, he was really the only thing that was consistently working or that was consistently threatening defenses, right? We all remember the Cleveland game where Jake was basically pulling his hair, pounding the table for Pete Carmichael to recognize what the weather was and to just start pounding it with Taysom Hill, which they did in the second half. And, well, you remember what ended up happening. Remember, he had 7 touchdowns on the ground last year, 96 carries, 575 yards. I mean, that is great in terms of pure rushing stats. But now, Jake, with Derek Carr here and the reinvestment there, the old conversation about, well, do you take Derek Carr out for Taysom Hill QB snaps reemerges, and with Jamal Williams now on this team, right. It's like, okay, well, now you have 2 legitimate short yardage options. Do they work together and complement each other, or do they end up kind of vulturing one another?
I think you have them in there at the same time. You certainly can. And you know, if you take Derek Carr off the field, obviously it's for short yardage situations. And now sometimes it's going to be in the field as well, but like you have a dynamic quarterback at picking up a yard or 2. Like a runner, I should say. Like he's not even a quarterback at that point. He is a runner. And you also have Jamal, who has shown in his career that he can do the same. And so the possibilities open up even more. Because, you know, last year you didn't have that back. Like you didn't have that back that people feared, like you were actually going to hand it off to him. And so my whole thing is get more creative with Taysom. If you're going to have Taysom, he's going to have the contract. We know what it is. He's been successful. We'll become more creative. Because we said it last year. Like if Shanahan had Taysom Hill, think about all the things that he would be doing with him.
True.
Right? Now, that's not saying play him 15, 20 plays a game. That's saying if you play him 8 to 10, make sure those 8 to 10 plays count and they're creative and they're not just, hey, Q power. So that's my thing. Like, be more creative because now you have a running back in Jamal Williams that I think is a perfect running back to go with Taysom Hill. And so, yes, use that as a true weapon down on the goal line. Use it in short yardage situations like we're talking about. And so I want to see how they use Taysom Hill because the tight end room, it looks really good now. It's healthy. Like, it is one that during the draft, you're like, man, are they going to select one? They don't. They signed Foster. Now you've got 2 tight ends that you believe in. Maybe Kroll can be a 3rd tight end. So I don't know what his role is there. But if you're going to use him in the right way.
Yeah, it's interesting. I kind of agree with you. The blossoming of the tight end room does make me feel like I don't really need him to catch the ball that much more. Now, I did forget, in 2019, he caught 6 touchdowns. So he has had, like, legitimate in-game over the course of his season receiving success. He caught 19 passes a year. He's only caught 21 total in the 3 seasons since. But, yeah, I'm with you. With Juwan, with Foster, with that tight end room as it is. I don't know that I need him there necessarily. But whatever. It's like you line him up there and you can move him around. Like, again, like Jake said, Pete Carmichael, it is up to you to find a way to best utilize these weapons, none of which is more unique than Taysom Hill. I don't, and one thing I agree with you, Jake. I think when I think about short yardage, I think about Taysom and Jamal Williams together. I think that is a symbiotic relationship. Okay, I think it makes the teams better. I think it threatens the defense in a couple of very big, because what are you gonna? I mean, even just a simple zone read, like not being creative. Are you gonna commit to stopping Jamal Williams, who was a master of getting that yard last year? Or are you going to commit to Taysom Hill pulling? Like, right, you can really stress defense, but they will cannibalize each other's statistics.
Yes.
But don't mistake that for them having down years, right? It could be one of those things where they're actually, like, the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. Where, yeah, maybe Jamal Williams is going to score 16 touchdowns. Maybe Hill doesn't score 7, but the Saints end up being better for the combination.
I think you need to be better, where last year I thought there was times they struggled on the goal line and even in the red area, because you can use it down there as well. I think that's just the thing with Taysom, is a lot of people have different opinions on him being a Saint and the money that he's made and his roster spot on the team, but it's just got to come down to a better plan, in my opinion. Like, in the years that he's played for the Saints, I feel like there's really 1 year where it's like, okay, that's how you use Taysom Hill. And they've got to find their way back to that, because he's on the roster. He's on the team. He is going to be a part of what you do, but you have to have a better plan and a better idea, and not just, well, this feels like a good time, let's throw him in there.
And we're going to find out. Is Pete Carmichael that guy? This is kind of the last year, I think, that he's going to be given to prove, to take advantage of this opportunity post Sean Payton. But I'm a believer in Taysom Hill, the player. And, like, I feel like last year legitimized any questions I had about should he be on the team, is he worth the money? I think he is. You just must utilize him correctly. All right, when we get back, let's go to wrap up hour number 1 of OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Get Gordon and get it done at Get Gordon on all social media, 225-888-8888. If you need somebody who's going to fight for you in the courtroom, right? Fight to get you those wins. You want Gordon McCurney Injury Attorneys. But remember, they're fighting on and off the field to get wins as well. With the G team, a lot of your favorite athletes, members of the G team, able to apply their trade for your purple and gold LSU Tigers while still being able to, support themselves, support their family. The G team's the best. Gordon's the best. 225-888-8888.
Always online, getgordon.com. Once you go to the website, you can see a list of cases they can handle for you, past client results, and yes, that conversation that we talk about every single day, you can have it right there on the website. If you can't get to a phone, maybe you're already at work behind your desk, but area code in Louisiana is followed by those 8, so it doesn't matter where you're at in the state of Louisiana. Put that area code followed by 888-8888.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Bayou Ford has the new inventory to get you in a new Ford truck or SUV today, or customize your next vehicle just the way you want. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Hi, I'm Brandon Landry, founder and CEO of Walker.
Hi, my name is Dr. Craig Green.
This is Ryan Terrio with HUDCORoofing.com.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. No matter how big your commercial roofing job, HUDCO can help.
My patients come to me because they trust that I can get the job done at a high level. Ryan Terrio and Richard Tilley have the same level of trust when it comes to roofing.
If you have a roofing issue, call HUDCO Roofing.
Give us a call, 364-1007, and we'll come to your house and give you a free inspection.
Hi, I'm Brandon Landry, founder and CEO of Walker.
Hi, my name is Dr. Craig Green.
This is Ryan Terrio with HUDCORoofing.com.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. No matter how big your commercial roofing job, HUDCO can help.
My patients come to me because they trust that I can get the job done at a high level. Ryan Terrio and Richard Tilley have the same level of trust when it comes to roofing.
If you have a roofing issue, call HUDCO Roofing.
Give us a call, 364-1007, and we'll come to your house and give you a free inspection.
Turn my music high, 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 yeah. You don't know what you're doing. Sure I do. I'm from the streets where the hood swallow on me. Bullets will follow on me. There's so much that you could run the slalom. The cops comb this top to bottom. They say that we are prone to violence, but it's home sweet home. With personalities clashing, chrome meets chrome. Prices up and down like it's Wall Street.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday.
Moscona from all of us here at AFR wishing you a very happy and safe 4th of July. We're taking Tuesday off for the 4th, but we'll be back for Wednesday's AFR presented by Plucker. So join us 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back. OTB. July 5th, 2023. Back at it again, man. 60 days till LSU football. A little LSU baseball clip that serves over the weekend from Anthony Renato's Up and In show. Absolutely fantastic here. So I missed when Tom Hart threw this in, Jake. But apparently there was a clip sometime during Omaha when Skenes is pitching where Tom, I believe it was Tom in the call.
No, it wasn't Tom.
Who was it?
Doesn't matter. It was not Carl Ravitch. It was the other guys working in Omaha.
Okay, well, whatever. One of the ESPN announcers said that Paul Skenes walked around the locker room and was like, I work harder than you. I work harder than you. And like pointing people out, which if I had heard, I would have kind of side-eyed because it's pretty douchey. Well, it seems that we've gotten to the bottom of the mystery. Here's a clip from Anthony Renato's Up and In show where he had our guy, Cade Beloso, on.
Dude, so it's funny, bro. I was literally joking with ESPN about him, and I'm like, yeah, like because Paul messes with me all the time, and I'm like, yeah. So I was gonna get him back. So I was like, yeah, he goes around telling everybody how much harder he works than them. And dude, they broadcasted it.
Cade Beloso was sharing with us that Skenes goes around the locker room looking at teammates, pointing at him and saying, I outworked you. I outworked you. I outworked you.
And like people are talking to him like, dude, this guy's a douche. Like, and he's like, he came up to me. We were practicing at Omaha, Nebraska. He's like, dude, everybody thinks I'm a tool because of you. So I got him back.
I was in Jersey for the championship game, the last game. I'm sitting with two dudes that I grew up with and I reconnected with. And one of them was telling me, he's like, bro, that Skenes dude, he's such a douche, huh? He was like, and I was like, what? I was like, no, he's the man. What are you talking about? He's like, no. He's like, the broadcast the other day was saying that he goes around the clubhouse saying he outworks you. He outworks you.
I told ESPN I was joking about it after, and they just, dude, they ran with it. So I'm like, whatever.
That's incredible.
Dude, so it's funny, bro.
That was the start of the clip. It just started
No, I know. But in the end, Cade says that he told ESPN that he was joking, but they ended up running with it. That is a fantastic level of troll there. And I don't want to just gloss over this, Jake, because I've actually never seen anybody do this before. Where you sit down in those ESPN pre-production meetings and they ask you questions. You generally play it very straight. Yeah. You know, you're just honest. Like, that is a expert upperclassman level troll there to just create a little lie of a Vern Lundquist golden nugget for the broadcast. And I'd be kind of salty if I was Skenes. seems like he took it in pretty good stride. But yeah, that is like, if I believe that, if I had heard that, I don't know how I missed it or not. If I had heard that, I would have thought Skenes was kind of a douche. Despite all the good.
I love the fact though that the troll doesn't have like boundaries.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like
no,
to do that, to go in a production meeting and to tell that story and to be able to keep a straight face and have them believe it, and then they air it. Like it's one of the ultimate troll jobs.
I wonder if his dad called him like, Paul, are you really talking
Paul,
to your
you
teammates
going
like
around to your
this?
teammates? Come on, you work hard.
Like, come on, you can't do this, son. Like, damn you, Kate! Oh man, fantastic job by Kate Veloso. Also, great job by Renato getting that in.
Infectious laugh.
I agree. Brody laugh.
Yeah,
big Brody laugh. It's the Up and In show. Anthony Renato. That was one of my favorite clips from the weekend. Elvis Ryder, pitcher coach. We'll talk about that. But we got weekend winners when we get back here on OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Okay, early weekend winner here, guys. Yesterday was the hottest day on planet Earth since records began in 1979, and it's estimated might have been the hottest day on planet Earth in 125,000 years. How about that? Okay, well, how do you fight that heat? Air conditioning, a modern marvel. And who's your AC heating electrical experts? AccuTemp of Baton Rouge. We're going to get service to the highest degree. And on top of being a great pun, they mean that. It's their core ethos, right? Customer service. Go look at the online reviews. Have them come out and check out your system. Explore the Star Club membership. It's all there for you at AccuTemp Baton Rouge, AccuTempBR.com.
Remember, you can schedule online. You see it right there on the homepage. And chances are they're going to come out today. I've done it during the show. I've told you that. I've done it during the show, during the segment, and they have been in my house waiting on me. And that's just another service you're going to get from AccuTemp. Become a member of the Star Club membership as well. AccuTempBR.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all of that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast office products.
Good morning, everybody. It is 8 a.m. on Wednesday, July 5th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect sunny skies with a high of 92. Coming up on OTB, we have a new edition of Weekend Winners coming up next, and we take your questions in OTB Mailbag. So get your questions into the Bayou 4 chat using the hashtag OTB Mailbag. Follow today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, they said I gotta come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo.
Yo, ho, ho. What's happening, y'all? T-Bob, Jake, Mario, Taylor hanging out with you today. Hope you're having an excellent Wednesday. Damn, dude. I just saw a new trailer for a new Leo DiCaprio joint. Killers of the Flower Moon. Check it out. Movie season's upon us, right? Summer blockbuster. Kind of in between sports here. So we can get a lot of it in. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty damn good. And we'll talk some Indy Jones coming up a bit later on. Before that, let's go ahead and dive in to some weekend winners.
That's how winning is done.
That's right. We can't have anyone freak out there, okay? We've got to keep our composure. We've got too far.
I'm by winning. I win here and I win there. Now what?
Are you doing what it takes to win a championship?
Wow, winning.
Well, then I guess there's only one thing left to do.
What's that?
Win the whole thing.
All right. My first weekend winner, Joey Chestnut. And of course, right, there has never been a July 5th in which Joey Chestnut was not a winner, though perhaps his gastrointestinal tract may disagree at times. But yes, his hot dog contest, y'all, was like one of those LSU baseball games from early on in the regional supers. Looked like it was going to be canceled, announced as canceled, lightning delays. Joey said, we're slamming these glizzies. Put them in my throat. And then after a 2-hour delay, he comes out. It's not even God could stop Joey Chestnut from eating 62 dogs and buns. Second place was 49. And Jake, this is where it gets weird. Is this the biggest thing in the world, being the hot dog eating contest, like a competition in which there is such a clear outlier at the top? Like in everything on earth, there should be someone who is at least close. And he can just ease through. Like 62 is by no means his high ever. He's broken 70 like 6-7 times in a row before. Like 62 is kind of light work for Joey Chestnut, and yet still second place, just 49.
I can't think, not for this long, the longevity of it. Like we've had golfers that have like kind of taken it over. We've had tennis players that have taken, because I'm thinking individual sports, tennis players that have gone on runs. But I mean, this is, how many years has he been doing this?
No one's close. And I want to say it's like 07 or something, even though I did find one time that he actually lost a Nathan's hot dog eating contest. Do y'all remember this? 2015. He lost 62-60 to Matt Stoney. Now, this put him on the warpath, and that's when he broke 70 like 6 years in a row. But you're like, well, what happened to Matt Stoney? I went down a little research hole. Hasn't competed since 2021. But I think the reason being, Matt Stoney randomly has a YouTube channel with 16 million subscribers. Yes. So I guess Matt Stoney said, I could like do this eating stuff, but just do it on YouTube and make a ton of money. So shout out Matt Stoney, 16 million subbies on YouTube. But yeah, Joey Chestnut essentially the Paul Morphy of hot dog eating. And if you don't know who Paul Morphy is, he was the world's best chess player back in the 1860s. He's from New Orleans, and he just had he had no parallel in the entire world. Like, he could give odds to the world's best players and beat them. I love this from Chestnut after he won yesterday. He said, I got some leftover room, so I'll be having beers after. Ugh. Ugh. Beers after that many dogs? I mean, I don't know. You all know what I'm saying. And you don't know either. I know.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Shout out Joey Cheek.
Yeah, for sure. Goat. I'm going to start with weekend loser. And that is the Los Angeles Angels. Because they've had two generational players, Mike Trout, Shohei Ohtani, and just have nothing to show for it. And yesterday, Mike Trout went on the IL. Shohei Ohtani, who was pitching, had to leave the game with a blister. Anthony Rendon also left the game. Their big free agent signing a couple of years ago hasn't panned out at all, by the way. They've got some of the best players that we've seen in the last 25 years in baseball, maybe even going farther back than that. A lot of people think Mike Trout might end up being top 5 greatest of all time, and they have literally nothing to show for it. And they're in this, I know they're in Anaheim, but they're in this massive market. They've got obviously a payroll that's as big as 90% of the league, and they have nothing to show for it. Just like not even like regular season success, really.
I mean, look, someone needs to call Robert Langdon to figure this thing out, okay? Because it looks like there's some angels and demons going on over there in Anaheim right now. Okay. Bad jokes aside, seriously, how's it not happening? Because they even tried to hire like Joe Madden, right? Like they've tried to hire all the people that have worked out in the past, and just nothing worked.
Yeah, Phil Nevin's their manager right now. He was a great player, and they tried it a couple of different ways, but just a bad baseball team, even with the players that they have.
Avo Marzwani said Kobayashi would have been there if they didn't blacklist him. Hold Mayo says, bro, Chestnut ended Kobayashi physically and mentally. Actually, I read about Kobayashi as well during this whole little weird hole. And no, Kobayashi was not ended by Chestnut. Big Eating ended Kobayashi as Major League Eating. Apparently, they're the ones. They're the big player in the market, right? And so they are the ones, Jake, that have exclusive rights over your contract, and they take 20% off the top, and there's nothing you can do about it. And Kobayashi rebelled against this.
Yeah.
He was not allowed to then compete in the Nathan's hot dog eating contest because it is put on by the MLE. Like they said, well, if you're not going to play under our rules, you don't get to play at all. And that one year, remember, he protested, he showed up, tried to go on stage, they had him arrested, he's never gone back. So Major League Eating, I mean, and I don't know, say it.
No, go ahead.
No, because I think I know where you're going.
No,
with
you
this.
don't.
Do you think Joey Chestnut's involved in a grand conspiracy with Major League Eating to end Kobayashi's career? I think it's potentially possible.
I was going to ask if Major League Eating tried to sign you up after they saw you try to eat that one slice of pizza.
Chill out, dude. Chill out,
at Fat Boy.
Actually, on that day, remember, at Fat Boys right here in Baton Rouge, you saw Joey Chestnut lose I can't remember what his name was. I also saw a one-armed man eat a lot of pizza that day.
How many did you eat?
I didn't even get that piece down, bro. Nobody understands how disgusting or hard that was. Competitive eating is brutal and awful and hard, and the pizza was cold. And I spilled a water bottle on it at one point. And so I was just kind of faking eating it by the end.
I remember one of my flag football players that knows, obviously we did the show together. He's like, Coach Jake, I went to watch T-Bob, and it was so disappointing.
I know. I'm like, kids, why don't you get your little ass up here and eat this pizza, punk? Jam this pizza down your throat. Just jam it in his face. Winners what?
Real quick, shout out to Guatemala Soccer.
Yeah.
They won their group in the Gold Cup.
They did.
Okay.
They're going to play Jamaica on Sunday afternoon. They beat Guadalupe yesterday. Goals by Rubio Ruben and Carlos Mejia. Shout out to Los Chapins, man. They're in the knockout stages for the first time since 2011. That's a big deal over there.
Yeah, I think Canada was in their group too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The host, I think, right?
Isn't Canada's soccer program about to go bankrupt or something?
Yeah, even though this is like the best run that they've been on ever, they're about to go bankrupt.
You got to get your monies right, then your mentals. Isn't that what Marshawn Lynch said?
Mm-hmm.
Or was it the opposite?
I don't know.
And your chickens.
Yep.
What you got, Taylor?
We kind of did this on Monday already, but
we'll shut up and do it again. We weren't here on Monday.
Kind of broke yesterday. Shout out Foster Moreau. He's apparently in full remission. So shout out to that guy. I mean, to come back as quick as he did from that because of his love of football, and now things seem to be trending in the right direction. Shout out.
Yeah, I agree. 3.5 months after being diagnosed, now in full remission. Amazing news. We all said he was a fighter. He was going to kick cancer's ass. Didn't expect it to be this soon, and he's still got the big contract. He's playing back in his hometown. Foster Moreau, a massive, or Moreau, now I can't remember which one's supposed to be, a massive, massive winner. Weekend winner. If you have a wooden shack and or a very large tent and you slapped fireworks and paint across the front, congratulations to you, because you probably made a nice little, some nice little hustle this weekend. And it makes me think, boys, we should look into an OTB themed fireworks stand, right? We have built-in advertising for the stand.
We do.
And Jake, you're a business owner. I cannot imagine there's a lot of overhead, right? I mean, you literally, like, my favorite place to buy fireworks is the one that looks like it was constructed by like a 5th grade wood shop. Just a few planks slapped together, painted white, and then stenciled with fireworks across the front.
Yeah, last night, Katie was calling to see there's one down the street from us. And, growing up, fireworks stands, they only took cash. Small business. Like you said, it's duct tape and super glue. And obviously just making sure. She's like, hey, the guy here, and she's like, yeah, hell, we'll take debit card, we'll take credit card, we'll take your firstborn child.
Wait, they were taking debit and credit, though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, work out. If you take Apple Pay, hey now, watch out.
I mean,
it's a fancy fireworks stand.
If you have a tap feature, which they did, they take Apple Pay.
Yeah. Would we do that? That feels like maybe too much overhead. We do cash on.
Yeah, we're cash on. And then
we'll stick an ATM right next to it.
We'll hide it from the IRS.
Yeah.
We didn't make any money.
Hell yes, dude. Okay, there we go. Weekend winners us for our new fireworks stand coming next year. We mentioned Planet Earth. So hot right now. Shout out to La Familia. Guys, Earth's been around for a long time. And shout out to us because it looks like we just went to the hottest day on Earth in 125,000 years. So, we some dogs. It's like I've been telling my wife, we've been playing a lot of tennis lately, and I'm playing in the afternoon when it's kind of at its hottest, and she hates it, but I'm like, no, you don't understand. This is what's going to, make us superheroes, essentially. And sure enough, the other night we're playing, it's like 103, dying. The sun goes down, it drops down to 93. Might as well have been California weather.
I know.
I mean,
Isn't it wild?
We were kicking it. Chilling, feeling good. Oh, dude, I can be out here all night now, man. So, yeah, you got to challenge yourself. Go out there in that record-setting heat. Instead of trying to cool the earth, let's just evolve to sustain hotter temperatures. Just kind of build our fire energy up a little bit. That's what we've been doing here in Louisiana for years anyway.
It's heat acclimation.
Exactly. Heat acclimation.
We've been doing it in football. Tommy Moffitt, right? It's like,
yes.
Coach, we're acclimating to this heat. Like, are we sure these 16 110s are the best way to do it? I'll go real quick while you're looking your next one up.
I was going to do some chat ones.
Weekend winner for me, and that was the 4th of July matchup between the LA Galaxy and LAFC at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena. It broke the MLS single game attendance record, 82,110 fans to see the Galaxy beat LAFC 2-1. It was a great game. It was 1-0 and then 1-1 after LAFC tied it up. And the Galaxy are down bad. They are struggling. They've always been one of the most consistent MLS teams.
Kobe Jones.
Couple of the signings. That's way back. Nice job, though. Nice pull. What jersey number do you wear?
8.
13.
Damn it. I have a signed Kobe Jones jersey in my attic. I have nowhere to put it. We should put it in the office.
Yeah. You absolutely should.
It's a good idea. I'll bring it in.
How do you have that?
I have no idea.
We're talking Galaxy or like U.S.?
Galaxy.
Okay.
Galaxy.
Okay.
No,
right.
I liked, I don't know how. I do know that I liked him a lot on Backyard Soccer.
Yeah. We used to be Galaxy season ticket holders when we lived in Southern California because we lived north of San Diego and they're in Carson, obviously, which is south of L.A. So it was only like an hour and 15 minutes.
Los Angeles, why don't you actually have something in LA that's with the title LA?
I think LAFC is.
Okay. So I'm sorry though, but the Galaxy have been struggling, and they came out with a win in front of 110K.
Yeah, the previous mark was 82,110. But the previous mark was for Charlotte FC's first home game, and they play at Bank of America where the Panthers play.
Okay, we had some weekend winners in the chat. If I can find some, this would be a weekend loser stat. Emil said earlier in 5 years at A&M, Jimbo Fisher's had 2 players selected in the first or second round of the draft.
Yeah, can that be real?
If that is true, that's disastrous. I find that hard to believe, but that is like the worst development ever. Weekend winner, the guy who pulled the One Ring. Remember we talked about this? Magic
Gathering
making a Lord of the Rings said it got pulled. It's already worth $2.5 million. $2.5 million. This is a Magic card. It's just one of them. It's a one of one, and it is the One Ring. Weekend winner, Juvenile Manny Fresh performing on NPR's Tiny Desk concert. It was everything I wanted to be and more. It was. I only saw like one clip of it. It seemed really cool. You ever seen the Tiny Desk? Yeah, little acoustic sets.
Yeah.
Brian Burgess, weekend winner. Those who were off work Friday afternoon through Tuesday, agreed. Shout out you. And weekend winner, Jay Johnson, who was just named the Coaches Association Coach of the Year. And I've got like a million numbers I can get into, but you already know the numbers. Jay Johnson's the man. We'll talk to Coach Jay hopefully tomorrow, Friday. You got to line up a little extended post-natty convo with the boys. Like he said, guys, don't forget it. We're part of the process.
He did say that.
You know?
I heard that.
If everything goes back to the process, I feel like we should get a ring. I don't know. You know? I mean, maybe we'll talk
maybe
to
like a plaque to put in the office
something.
or
Yeah,
something.
like something. When we get back, more OTB. We got our OTB mailbag, and we'll answer your questions next.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger. Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
All right, let's say ah.
Where'd my spotlight go?
Super weird, but we can take care of it.
Get in and get better at Patient Plus.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $25,000 off new 22 Ram 1500 SCA trucks and incredible deals on all remaining 2022 inventory. All with Bayou's 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all of that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-7.
At lunch, taking a few days off for the 4th of July. We'll be back on July 5th, Wednesday, from Mike Anderson Seafood, just off of Nicholson. It's Live at Lunch, live from Mike Anderson's, Wednesday, July 5th, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Be happy. Don't worry, be happy.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Welcome back, OTB. T-Bob, Jake, Martin, Taylor hanging out with you. Let's, I don't see many mailbag questions, but give you a minute here. Weird. For a minute here, I'll let him roll in if y'all want to do that. All right. Let's dive in. It's a little OTB mailbag.
Special delivery! I have this special delivery for off the bench. And look, it is marked most urgent.
We'll be writing to you.
The internet. What the is the internet?
Ryan Brack says, OTB mailbag, would love a drivable weekend getaway with my wife before the summer's over. Suggestions? Parentheses, not the beach.
How do you feel about the Port City?
Don't talk about your wife that way. What?
How do you feel about the Port City?
Okay. Yeah. I mean, look, Mayo loved it.
That's what I'm saying. Just saying.
Our guy Mayo loved it.
So not the beach. You know, I mean, a place that I love that, others probably don't have the same affinity as I do is Memphis.
Okay. Hell yeah.
I love Memphis.
Well, 6th Street. How drivable is Memphis? How far is that?
Gosh, I don't. From here, I don't know. I've never driven from here. I've only driven from the Port City. It's drivable.
Well,
I would say 5 hours.
I think it's about 6.
Okay, that ain't.
Is that on the
edge of being too much. I think that's maybe too much for me, but not for others.
When we drove to Nashville a couple weeks ago, it was 8, and we passed through Memphis or the corner of it, and so yeah, I think it was about 6.
I'll go real close.
It is 5 hours and 31 minutes.
There you go.
I'll go real close to home here, man. St. Francisville Inn.
Okay,
romantic,
I didn't know. I thought
boutique.
we were maybe spreading out like it had to be, but that's a great one.
Yeah, if you just want to get away with the wife, it's romantic, it's cool. You could run over. I'm pretty sure that's by Tunica Hills and Clark Creek and all that, where you can go see the waterfalls, do a little hiking, whatever. It's a cool spot. And I didn't get to go because of College World Series, but my family went to Fairhope and they had a good time. But maybe that's technically the beach, even though I don't know if you go on the beach there or not.
Yeah, Fairhope is. Like if you're going to the God, what's the hotel? The Grand, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where they went. But I mean, again, St. Francisville Inn is just a gem, and it's just a little bit north. Very romantic as well, very boutique, very private. And I didn't get to eat the breakfast because I had to be here, but I heard it's fantastic. Hashtag OTB Mailbag. How nervous are you about the Florida State game, knowing that if we lose, the naysayers will all run around screaming the sky is falling? Well, the sky won't not be falling. I mean, now look, well, I guess it's weird, right? It doesn't affect you winning the SEC West. It doesn't affect you winning the SEC. It's an out-of-conference game. It does maybe affect your playoff hopes, like we talked about to begin the show. It basically makes it that you have to be perfect the rest of the time if you want to make a 4-team playoff. No 2-loss team has ever made it. That said, don't be nervous. I mean, it is what it is, dude. You're good, right? You are a good team. And that first game will either prove, okay, are you a real national champion competitor, or have we maybe overshot a little bit and you can still be very good, but maybe not championship good?
I'd love to see him come out and make a statement, though. I mean,
that would be awesome.
After last year and the way that game went, and me having to hear EJ Manuel and Danny Cannell over on SiriusXM for like 3 weeks straight, I really need the Tigers to come out and take care of business and use last year as motivation. I know one player will use it as motivation. That's Mason Smith.
Ooh, Mason Smith going to be on the warpath, dog. You lucked out avoiding him last year. See what's going to happen today. You going to learn Sunday. Hashtag OGB Mailbag. Would y'all rather wear, which natty ring would you rather wear, 07 football or 23 baseball?
The one I heard.
Yeah, obviously. I'm excited to see.
I don't wear any of them.
I'm excited to see what 23 looks like.
When's the last time you've worn yours?
The only time, I don't know about last time I wore mine. The only time I ever used to wear mine, though, was driving home to Atlanta. And I would wear it in case I got pulled over for speeding. And I would take it off in Alabama, though. I would take it off when I crossed over in Alabama, but if I was in Louisiana, Mississippi, Georgia, I'd have it on as a little, and it worked.
Well, Alabama then wasn't like a deal.
They were. That was yes, because this is 08, 09, 10, 11.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean,
they were.
I guess
it
I'm
was
thinking
LSU versus Bama.
During my time.
Yeah, no, it was because that was Nick Saban got there in 07. So it definitely was cranked up. But yeah, and it worked. Got me out of 2 speeding tickets, both in Louisiana and Georgia. Just talking a little.
That is so dorky, but it's genius as well.
Like 10 and 2.
Need my light?
Clearly on the left ring finger right there in the driver's side window. So you're like,
yeah.
I'm like one of those girls that's like, notice anything?
Where's it at now?
Oh my God, you got the ring.
What do you do with it?
It's in a box in my closet somewhere. All the rings are.
You should probably like take it to your office. Like it'd be nice little background fodder for your snap set.
I had a stupid little letter fall out of mine. Those things are so cheap, dude.
Yeah, they are. I mean, it's more about what
what
they
it represents. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. They're cool looking though.
I think maybe the only time I've worn mine, because mine's in the case of my office in the shelves or whatever, was when I emceed the 19 championship parade.
Oh, that's a great time to wear it.
I feel like that's
a great time to
if
wear
you're ever
it.
gonna wear this out in public,
I agree.
Celebrating championships is the only time to really, because I mean, when do you really? Like I know some people that they wear it anytime they get dressed up, like Mardi Gras balls or anything, they put it on. Teach their own. I'm just thinking like it's more like what it symbolizes than actually like going out there and wearing it.
Hey, it helped me and Big Fave get where we needed to be for the spring game. Big Fave had him on, so shout out to the legend.
No, he didn't.
Yeah,
Big Fave did not have.
Yeah, he did. Show some respect to my guy. Marlon Fave, right?
Big Fave does have a Super Bowl.
I know.
Ring as well. That's probably in
how many
a
human
safer
beings
place.
Can say that?
Probably in a safer place.
Has to go to Mailbag. Who's the first head coach to try to use Chat GPT to call plays this fall? It's Arnett, right? He knows nothing about offense. Anybody who's so in love with himself and thinks he's so smart that he can run a 3-3-5 that relies on cover 0 is going to be the same person that thinks that he's ahead of the curve using Chat GPT to call offensive plays.
That's a great question, by the way. I'm trying to think of teams that actually, I don't know what Arkansas is going to be offensively. I'm not saying that Sam's going to use ChatGPT because he probably doesn't know what that is, and I appreciate him for that. But because they lose Bryles to TCU,
yeah,
and then they lose Loggins, who would have been the coordinator, to South Carolina. right before that, he takes over for Satterfield there as their OC, and then they lost Bryles, and so they didn't really have a backup plan. And everyone's high on KJ Jefferson, and he's a hell of a quarterback. He's got to stay healthy though.
Wait, so who's their OC? I thought they made a good hire.
Let's
look. Well, look, guys, we're warming up for SEC media. It is, okay?
Yeah,
It's July. Everybody relax.
We don't have the laminations ready yet.
Yeah,
okay?
everybody relax.
Oh, it's Dan Enos, the guy that's always supposed to be somebody.
I don't know, Dan.
Yeah, you do. Dan Enos has been around forever, and he's had moments, but it's been some ebbs and flows, and so it's not bad, but still, like, he's going to have a lot to prove to me, because that's an offense that you've got Rocket Sanders in the backfield, who's one of the best running backs in the country, probably the second best in the SEC.
To Judkins?
Yeah, you have Jefferson obviously coming back at quarterback if he can stay healthy. So it's going to be a run-heavy offense. At least it should be. I don't know. It's an interesting hire. It's a name, but he's got a lot that he's got to take over, because I think Bryles is one of the better OCs in the country.
Hashtag go to your mailbag. Is Raiders of the Lost Ark better than Empire Strikes Back? No. And it's a weird comparison because you're talking about, wouldn't it be like Raiders versus A New Hope, the first in the series? And then you would compare Empire and Temple of Doom, which clearly Empire wins. When I rewatch Raiders, I think it's my favorite indie movie. I will be able to confirm by the end of the week. But no, I think after seeing Empire Strikes Back again in theaters a couple of years ago, I kind of understood why it blew so many people's minds to the extent that it did. It is one of the all-time greats. So no, I would not say it's better.
I got an OTB mailbag question for the room.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of been Indiana Jones talk in the chat this morning, what is a movie that in your childhood you thought was one of the best things you had ever seen, and you played it up, and then you rewatched it as a true adult, and it just did not hold up to the movie that you thought it was?
Oh, so that's easy for me. I actually tried to watch it this weekend just for fun. Anaconda. You guys seen Anaconda? Yeah. Ice Cube, J-Lo, John Voight, Anaconda. I love that movie as a kid. Mm-hmm. Not the best movie in the world when you go back and watch it, but it still entertains me.
Yeah, okay.
I'm trying to think. Maybe some of the Adam Sandler movies. Like,
dude,
they're still funny, but like...
What? Mario, I'm glad you said that. Mine was about to be an Adam Sandler movie, and this is not going to play well. I love Happy Gilmore, but I tried
Billy Madison.
I tried to watch Billy Madison yesterday, and
it's hilarious. Shampoo is better. No, conditioner is better.
When's the last time you watched it?
Silky and smooth.
When's the last time you watched it?
What are you looking at, Swan? What are you talking about? These are all classic lines.
The voice that he does, I'm like, ugh.
That's the Adam Sandler voice.
I know. It's like that's.
He's like when he does Hotel Transylvania. He's like Adam Sandler, but there's a little Dracula thrown in there. Oh no! What you going to do? Man, no, not Billy Madison.
Look, it was my choice.
Well, guess what? We're all now dumber from hearing that opinion.
Mario's, I felt like he was kind of thinking the same thing.
That one, but honestly, that kind of happened for me with Big Daddy. Like, still really funny, but watching it when you're older, I feel like it's less funny and more serious, storyline. Kid that's not yours, like stuff like that. Just very deep.
Man, I'm going to have to think about this because I know there's an answer out there, but I'm blanking. I don't have one off the top of my head. But I love that
there'll probably
question.
be a lot of children movies. And Billy Madison might not be the one for me, but it's funny you said that because Billy Madison came on yesterday and I was watching the first 20 minutes of it. I'm like, do I like this? Is this funny to me? I don't think that it is right now.
Jake, it's Nudie Magazine Day. Come on, dude. Nudie Magazine Day.
Yeah.
Whatever.
When's the last time you watched it, though? You hadn't answered that.
Doesn't matter.
It's exactly.
I watched it, because
I would have said the same thing. I would have had the same quotes as you.
Recently enough.
Okay.
To know that it's great.
Hashtag OTB mailbag. When will I get my color coordinated notebook together for SEC Media Days? Typically, I would have already started, but we've got a couple things going on at the house. So I need to get on that pretty quick.
Do winners of the EPL get rings?
They get medals.
Oh.
Like thick, real,
no rings though.
Whatever. A silver or gold, I don't really know. No, they don't get rings.
Yeah, do 2 copies of your laminated notebook, by the way. So I'm going to need one as well.
Whoa! What?
Yeah. Just like copy machines exist for a reason.
You know what? I would actually love to do that for you. But you're the only one.
I would love for you to do it for me as well.
Yeah.
I'll take it, dude.
You're the only one that's getting one
because
you're the only one
out there as a joke. But if this becomes real, hell yeah.
You're the only one that appreciates my work that I put into
I'd study the hell out of that thing, dude. Haven John says Big by Tom Hanks. Emil says Forrest Gump and Ace Ventura. Ooh, Ace Ventura would be interesting.
Ooh, that would be. Ace Ventura would be. Actually, that might be a good one.
You talk to him on the phone.
Loved it as a kid.
Oh, no. You're about to ruin all my favorite childhood movies.
Big from Tom Hanks. I hadn't seen that since probably like 94. That might. Oh, I loved it. Loved it as a kid.
I love Grandma's Boy, Adam. I agree.
I think
Grandma's Boy's fantastic.
I think some of the it is. I saw that one recently too. But I think some of the scary movies I really enjoyed, like the parodies with Charlie Sheen, all them people. I thought they were hilarious when I was little. Now I think they're kind of more cringe.
Yeah. Scary Movie 1 is still good. I'm pretty sure 3 is probably still good. Not Another Teen Movie is still good. I refuse to hear it.
I actually watched that for the first time.
Hilarious.
I watched that for the first time like 2 months ago.
What'd you think?
I thought it was hilarious.
It's fantastic.
I thought it was really
the
good.
background comments in Not Another Teen Movie, like the jokes of people yelling off camera, some of the all. Also, Captain America. It's Chris Evans.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy.
That's America's ass right there.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
I knew somebody's going to say 3 Ninjas, and they did it. Brenton said 3 Ninjas. You know.
Man, that might be. I haven't watched it as an adult, but you're probably
which one? Because they had like a bunch of
They
movies.
did first one. We're talking about the first one. You know, Rocky Loves Emily.
The Mega Mountain.
Yeah. Oh, what's the Mega Mountain?
That's the one you're talking about.
Oh, that's
High Noon at Mega Mountain.
Oh, that's
Three
the full
Ninjas.
name of it?
Yeah.
Oh, I never knew that.
I think is it? I don't know.
I never knew that my entire life.
I'll be
That's
damned.
true. All right, when we get back, more OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Huh, I thought Hot Shots Part 2 was supposed to be good.
Another Charlie Sheen spoof movie.
Yeah. Go to allstartoyotabatonrouge.com, allstartoyotabatonrouge.com. No, American Pie is still funny. Get the hell out of here, Billy.
Yeah.
There's no way. I haven't seen it, though. All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge, allstartoyotabatonrouge.com for all the latest and greatest deals. Support those who support us, and nobody supports us. All-Star Toyotas, got it right here. See me riding around in the Murdered Out Mini. Go check out what they can offer you today, you and your family. How about this, Jake? This weekend in the Sienna.
Okay.
All 3 kids, all of the baggage needed for 2 adults and 3 kids, and my giant 100-pound dog all in the car and all comfortable. Like not packed in tight, not stressed at all. Flipped a couple seats down in the back, put the dog bed in there. It's so much room for activities, and that's an older Sienna. Okay, get you one of them new ones. Also, ToyotaBatonRouge.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com. Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust Poll of the Day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, live at lunch on Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the Poll of the Day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
The importance of doing this Fortified program and offering it to people down here is, number one, the only real chance you're going to get to do this is when you put on a new roof or build new. And through companies like HUDCO, who's kind of leading the way in this thing, it's going to offer the customers a huge advantage in the insurance market and the price of their insurance.
You know, we're not looking to make a fortune off fortifying. We're trying to give you a better product than our competitor at the moment. I'm trying to do something that he can. I'm trying to give you something better. So a lot of these insurance jobs, you're getting a re-roof, you're only paying your deductible. Let's sit down and talk about the Fortified and let's see what it does to your insurance premium. You're getting a steal.
Yeah.
You're getting a brand new roof and a Fortified certificate for your deductible, essentially. I think we're rocking and rolling.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all of that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
The best kept secret.
It's on. Have a happy 4th. We're off Tuesday, back Wednesday for another edition of the Hunt Palmer Show. It'll be a What If Wednesday and baseball transfer portal. Hunt Palmer Show, 1 to 3 weekdays, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Big news during the break, boys. Got official confirmation from our guy, Mario Jerez, that the tacit approval of Cardi B from LSU and the relationship seems to be forming, he gives it is tacit approval. Contingent on that you never question anybody else's character.
Yes.
If you're going to embrace Cardi B. So, do with that what you will.
Balling like I went to LSU.
Mm-hmm.
That's the line, right?
Like all.
Yeah, you probably started bleeding out of your nose.
You probably did because
That's
of your disdain, but
you were that Arthur meme.
Yes.
The shaking fist or the kid in class, like the vein
Like-
popping out of his forehead.
you either right now you either want to be LSU or you hate that you're not LSU.
Yeah.
Like, I don't feel like I'm wrong there, and obviously we are biased, but think about all of the things that have been the coolest things in college sports. 2019 LSU football team, this year's women's basketball team, this year's baseball team. Like, I obviously it's heightened here, but like when I talk to people on Sirius that have nothing to do with Baton Rouge or Louisiana or LSU, like they're saying that.
Yeah. It's crazy what you can accomplish when you decide that, like, education, healthcare, crime, that nothing matters except for being good at college sports. We some dogs out here. Suck it, nerds. Although I do think that football, I think we celebrated too hard on people.
Nah.
I feel like for 2019, LSU was America's team, and people quickly got sick of LSU. Brian Kelly's not very likable nationally, which we all obviously disagree with here because he's become incredibly likable here locally.
He also, in Destin, he was very popular with the SEC media.
Yeah,
So
because he knows what he's doing. He's a change man.
Also, when you're at Notre Dame, like there's already, it's like Taylor being a Cowboys fan.
Yeah.
Like from the get-go, you have an opinion that's not a good one in your head about
True.
Taylor because he's a Cowboys fan.
It's true.
Same thing about being the head coach at Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Like Marcus Freeman is one of the most likable people in the world. If you've ever had any conversations with him, he's incredible.
Yeah.
And there's some people who are like, I don't know about Marcus. I'm like, it's because he's a Notre Dame head coach.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's just.
I mean, even Lou Holtz got hated on when he was Notre Dame's coach.
That's what I'm saying. I wonder, like, I don't think people like LSU anymore, football wise. I think 2019.
Oh, I don't care they like you.
Yeah.
Sorry if I said it up that way. No, it's
you
just
didn't say
they're
it
the
that way. I
coolest
took it that
person
way.
in the room.
Yeah.
I don't care about if they like you or not. Like,
But everybody,
this LSU baseball team, do y'all think people that had no dog in the fight as far as like who won Omaha, do you think that they were a liked team? And that's not rhetorical, I'm asking.
No, I do not.
Probably
No,
not, right?
No, bought not built. In that whole campaign that
Exactly.
started at the end. No, I feel you. We pre-recorded some snaps and we tried to explore who was, if you could have a college football America's team. And I feel like 2019 was about as close as you could get. But again,
To everyone rooting for,
yeah, to everyone like rooting for a team. And it's so hard in college sports because it's always so regional. There's so many bragging rights on the line. Like, it's very rare to have a team that everybody got to get behind, but they were so fun, so good, so much talent.
And it goes away like that.
Yeah, LSU not that threatening, right? But I do think, like, maybe, and I played a part. I may have been at a wedding that fall in Columbus, Georgia, which is all Auburn and Georgia fans, and I may have, like, just been walking around going, ba, 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 da. And then me and Will would yell at them to STTDB and just like somebody starts like,
Whose wedding was that?
Oh, that's cute. That's cute. Yeah, so I feel I did it.
Whose wedding was
that? Mill College roommate, Paul Sino.
Oh, nice.
Shout out.
Nice.
People are always going to hate on teams that win. I was having this talk with Moose the other day. Like when Will Wade got here, I know like all the off-court stuff played a hand, but people started hating on the men. This year with the women, the guy from UConn was like, yeah, that LSU, like they haven't really done anything to make
when you're on
hate.
the come up, it's okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
But once you crash the party.
Like Clemson.
Yes, before.
When Clemson was on the come up and they were beating Alabama and nobody else was, it was like.
Exactly.
Dabo, this Dabo guy's great. You just see like your next door neighbor, man. It's Dabo.
Yeah.
And then it became like, man, I don't know if I want to hear Dabo talk anymore.
Even Georgia was tight for a minute.
Yeah,
they weren't.
Yeah, exactly. Eventually, you get a seat at the table, and the people that are there aren't happy that you got there so quickly. I think that's what's happening with LSU sports.
I feel like Michigan's kind
That was the
tight.
first name that popped into my head too, and I mean I don't agree. I don't like Michigan at all, but I agree that like nationwide.
If you were choosing between Michigan and Ohio State, and you had to root for one,
Michigan easy.
So up until about 2018, I would have said Michigan, but I mean, if you look, you remember when Burrow came over here, like so many Ohio State fans like showed Burrow support and all that. They were cheering for LSU when they were in Cowboy Stadium and all that. So I guess recently, probably Ohio State.
Shut up.
I'm going to go Ohio State too because of Bobby and Ben. Like I talk to Buckeyes for 3 hours every day, and something about Harbaugh.
Buckeyes.
Something about Harbaugh.
More like bad.
Yeah,
Buckeyes,
I don't like Harbaugh
because they
not
just
a Harbaugh guy.
Can't stop blowing it. How about Ohio State win something? How about that? It'd be great. Post Urban Meyer, Ryan Day. It's cute. You can throw over 50 touchdowns a year. How about you win something?
I like how Michigan does the Mr. Brightside thing at their games. That's cooler than anything Ohio State fans do, in my opinion.
We'll explore more when we get back. Give us your potential America's team for college football in the chat. More to be next.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
This summer, retirement is a state of mind. Whether it's a mid-morning activity or an early bird special, grab a Coors Light and chill like you're retired.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big V and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music. We got laughs. We got celebrity in-studio guests. We just need you.
Join us every weekday morning, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., right where it all started.
That's right. Louisiana's country station, 100.7 The Tiger.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
And what if I don't know how to connect it?
No problem. We have a how-to for you at AutoZone.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Hey y'all, my name is Tiara, and a little thing that I love about the Chick-fil-A Spicy Chicken Biscuit is that it has the perfect amount of spice to jumpstart my day. Whoever thought of it, thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Robert, and a little thing I love about Chick-fil-A Spicy Chicken Biscuit is the biscuit. It reminds me of my grandma's homemade biscuit. It's always buttery and savory. Then you add the spices, instant classic.
Order the Spicy Chicken Biscuit on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real Chick-fil-A guests paid for their testimonials.
Matt Moscona from all of us here at AFR wishing you a very happy and safe 4th of July. We're taking Tuesday off for the 4th, but we'll be back for Wednesday's AFR presented by Plucker. So join us 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back, OTB. America's team.
You ready?
College football, yep. We all had to choose an answer. Who wants to go first?
Taylor.
So we were talking during the break. This is like if they won, nobody would be mad at.
Yes, and everybody get behind.
I'm going to go Virginia Tech a little bit. I think Frank Beamer was very respected, but he was never able to break through. His kid's making waves in South Carolina right now. I love the Inner Sandman.
Yeah.
I think the Inner Sandman walking in the stadium is awesome. I'll go Virginia Tech.
It's a fine answer, but ideally it needs to be someone maybe a little more realistic because Virginia Tech is awful right now. They are far way off.
I've got 2 Power 5 teams that I think if they won, no one would be mad. Outside of maybe their rival, but that's it. Kansas State or Utah?
Talk to BYU.
Well, that's what I said.
It's fair. Again, fair. Yeah, like everybody loved cheering for Utah against USC last year, certainly.
And Kansas State, it's like no matter who their coach is, no matter what the situation, they are going to grit their way through 60 minutes of a football game.
I hate Kansas State.
Did you really?
No, not really. I actually love them. I used to have their uniforms in Little League, Duluth Wildcat. Shut up. Mario, what you got?
So my pie in the sky one is Vanderbilt for kind of obvious reasons. Nobody would be mad if Vanderbilt started beating up on the rest of the conference.
I mean, we could choose any bad team.
Yes.
Okay. So what's the other?
More realistic one is Wisconsin. They brought in.
I thought about Wisconsin.
They brought in the new coach. He's
Luke
kind of
Fickell's great.
Luke Fickell getting the chance on that big stage. They had the tradition. They do the jump around thing.
Yep.
I feel like not that many people feel passionately against Wisconsin.
It's a very good answer in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I like that answer.
Camp Randall is
better
a
than my Michigan
fantastic spot too.
Yes, going with the Badgers.
Emil said Michigan's very waspy, white Anglo-Saxon Protestant, and I kind of get what he's saying because when I think about Michigan being good, I think about like a Norman Rockwell painting, right? Like everybody gather around the Thanksgiving table, like that's what Michigan football is about. And obviously that's a time in the country that was good for some, maybe not so for others. My answer, boys, and this is somewhat realistic. Washington Huskies.
That was in thought process.
Who in the world would be mad if Michael Penix and Kalen DeBoer came just storming out of the Pacific Northwest and won the Pac-12 and challenged for a playoff spot? Like, who was mad when Peterson and them did? With Jake Browning
Steve
back in the day?
Ettenham was playing D-line. They won to share the national title in the 90s.
That's what I'm saying. And so we even got a little mixed in nostalgia as well. And you already know I'm a Husky boy this year. What do we do? What do we do this?
I don't know.
Oh, so loud.
Sorry.
You're a Husky and a Husker boy.
It's true. Nebraska would be a great answer, but they fall into the unrealistic category for now.
And people hated them in the 90s.
Yes. But then being good again would also feel like the 90s, which would feel like we're less close to death. More to be next.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Nostalgia is a hell of a thing. I get nostalgic for Patient Plus Urgent Care, even though I just went there a couple months ago, right? But that's what a good experience it was. It makes me feel young and alive. Not just because they keep me from dying with their excellent medicines and whatnot. There might be a little issue, earaches, anything like that. Or look, but the bottom line, you need to get in. You need to get better. You're on a tight schedule. Life's unexpected moments, okay? You need your family getting better. You need Patient Plus Urgent Care, patientplusuc.com. Locations throughout the city now. Just put it in your maps, and you will see how close it is. You get the incredible investment in the facilities, the personnel, and you reap the rewards. Go to Patient Plus Urgent Care, patientplusuc.com.
It is quality care for life's little unexpected moments, and convenience is going to be something you notice from the get-go with Patient Plus. There's going to be a location that's convenient for you in the Baton Rouge area. You can schedule that appointment online. Walk-ins always welcome, of course, as well. Go to the website today, patientplusuc.com. Get in and get better.
Hello, Samantha, dear, I hope you're feeling fine. And it won't be long until I'm with you all the time. But until then, I spend my money up right down on my last dime. Come on, in Baton Rouge. Operator, what you put me on through? Gotta send my love down to
All right, let's say ah.
Where'd my spotlight go?
Super weird, but we can take care of it.
Get in and get better at Patient Plus.
I drove myself to the ER, had heart surgery, and drove myself home 24 hours later, feeling fine. Starting running again after the procedure. I'm getting excited thinking about it. I had no pain, nothing. I felt great. And right then and there, I was like, oh my God, I'm back. I'm back. It's just amazing.
Ochsner Health. Long live you.
Bayou Ford has the new inventory to get you in a new Ford truck or SUV today, or customize your next vehicle just the way you want it. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 7.
Good morning, everybody. It is 9 a.m. on Wednesday, July 5th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect sunny skies with the high of 92. Coming up on OTB, we talk more college football, and we wrap up the show with Ask the Bench. You can follow today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. OTB OT, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
Welcome back, OTB. T.O. Jake Mario. Taylor hanging out with you today. Movie that I saw a ton when I was younger that I don't know that would hold up. I'm going to go with Coyote Ugly. Final answer. It was one of the only PG-13 DVDs we had access to. It was around like junior high or something. Which may sound weird now in the age of streaming, but like think about it, right? Like, you know, if you wanted like something that you maybe like kind of hardcore that you weren't supposed to watch, you'd hide that thing. And it was, you know, vaguely sexual, kind of like Cleavage the movie, you could say. And because of that, we watched it a lot. And I remember thinking, okay, this is a really good movie. I wonder if I would go back and watch it as an adult, would I be able to sit through an entire viewing of Coyote Ugly? I'm not so sure.
I don't think so. Not with the list of movies that, we've kind of tasked you over the last couple of years to maybe sit down and watch.
I nominated Gone in 60 Seconds as well, potentially.
Yeah, I watched that about a year ago. It still plays.
But, yeah, that's what chat teams was saying as well, that Gone in 60 Seconds still plays. So that's cool. That's fine. Probably... I'm doing this indie rewatch. Something about 4th of July, the new indie coming out. It just felt like the perfect time to kind of go, full Americana, go back to my roots here. I wanted to watch indie one. My wife wanted to watch me, so I was like, all right, whatever. I've been wanting to watch Last Crusade as well. So I'll go ahead and check that out. And I've got some Last Crusade thoughts, boys. And first off, so much fun. Right, the movie is obviously fun. The entire thing almost feels like a theme park ride, which is what a lot of those old summer blockbusters in the Spielberg-Lucas era feel like, right? Like the really good ones. And it's kind of the path that A New Hope laid out back in the day. Sean Connery is a comedic genius. Spielberg is just a master visually, set the tone early on, and that John Williams score. Choo! Woo! Always hits, dude. Who plays young Indy? Is that Christian Slater?
No, it is River Phoenix.
That's who it is. That's who it is. River Phoenix. That's right. I knew it didn't look like Christian Slater. For some reason, that's the name I had in my head. That's right. So that's Joaquin Phoenix's older brother, right? Before he ends up passing, obviously. But you have the great opening sequence in which, imagine this, big day for Indy guys. As we learn, he got his hat, his whip, his scar, and I think there's maybe one, and his fear of snakes, all on the same day.
All the same day, yeah.
It was all in the same hour. This single action sequence from his childhood basically determined his entire life. But I got to say, it was a hell of a sequence. I had completely forgotten about the entire circus train set piece.
Yeah.
It was so much fun. Him running across the train tops, going from car to car. They run past the giraffe heads, and you have the rhino horn coming up through and almost stabbing. He falls into the snakes, like the lion at the end. It's just fantastic all the way through.
Yeah.
And then he gets away, only to learn how the real world works.
Like minutes later. Like, no.
Nah, fam. Money talks.
Yeah.
Archaeology walks. Okay. Speaking of which, is it a sign of me getting too old or just overthinking it that I find myself a little concerned with Indy's style of archaeology? And what I mean by that now, Jake, you see an archaeologist, they'll use all the latest technique nowadays, right? They'll use like radio, sound waves and everything to like bounce through the ground, like, oh my God, look at what's buried under here. And then they'll take a toothbrush and they'll dig for 17 years to finally reach down there, and they'll slowly brush everything off. I don't know that Indiana Jones has ever entered a sacred site that has not ended up demolished in his wake. I mean, he gets
completely demolished.
I mean, completely. He sets off every trap. Eventually, the thing tends to just fall apart, catch on fire, explode, and he maybe gets the one thing that there. But there's like I'm watching, and he gets to the Grail Knight's tomb, right, where he gets like the rubbing off of the shield to finish the piece of puzzle they need to figure out where the Holy Grail's hidden. And I'm just thinking, oh my God, you discovered this ancient mausoleum.
Yeah.
With this Crusader's knight's body and everything. And well, before you know it, everything catches on fire. What does Indy do? He takes that coffin, he flips that thing over. Skeleton goes flying, he hops underneath in the air pocket. And then I love it. He just pops up and said, hey, I found a way out. Hold your breath. And then they're out.
Yeah.
Let's go, dude. I mean, yeah, I don't need to see it. You're right. They found a way out.
Yeah. At least in Crystal Skull, like the aliens actually were the ones that just tore everything up. Like that one wasn't actually on Indy, I guess. Although I'm like, man, you can grab some of those coins on your way out. Like if you want to, like grab something. But he didn't. And then the ending to that one, it was just, it was interesting. I don't want to give it away if somebody's not seen it yet.
They're in the. I'm excited to rewatch Crystal Skull because I remember liking it in theaters again. So I don't know how I'm going to feel about it now, but yeah, he's even in the church, and when they're like, "Oh, I think the tomb's here," my man just straight up cracks a hole in the floor. It's which I guess it's a race against the Nazis, so anything is justified. Other thoughts here. Again, the set pieces were fantastic. There was the circus train. There's the fight on the ship in the Sea and Storm right after that. That looked like it was probably so much fun to film. Yeah. With just giant gobs of water being thrown on them and everybody's being chunked around. There's the escape from the Nazi castle. There's the incredible chase scene in the desert with the tanks and horses and everything else. Maybe one of the greatest action sequences of all time. I'm not 100% sure what the point of the movie was. Like what lesson Indy was supposed to learn. Like, is he Catholic now? Does he believe in God? Because they're kind of playing with that idea the whole time. Yeah. He's like, no, I'm an archaeologist, but like his dad's kind of a believer, but then at the end he's kind of like, I believe in the Grail, but I don't know. I don't know the point.
Temptation maybe is trying to teach you like it's not bigger than life.
Well, yes, because Dr. Schneider, you're right, because she gives up her life trying to take the Grail past the seal.
And he wants to. Yeah. And then Sean Connery kind of refocuses him a little bit.
That's right. What is Connery? Yeah, he says something like
Junior.
Yeah.
Over and over again.
Don't call me that. That's one of the best part of the movie. Sean Connery is a comedic genius in the movie. Also, I didn't realize this. It is canon. Indy and his father are Eskimo bros. with Dr. Snyder, which is firmly explored in the movie. And I learned this from one of my movie friends when Sean Connery's telling Harrison Ford, no, she's a Nazi. Like, don't trust her. She's a Nazi. And then finds out he was right. Aaron's like, how'd you know? And Connery goes, she talks in her sleep. That was an ad-lib line.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Which, look, I'm sure Sean Connery had a lot of real-life experience from which to pull such an ad-lib line. It's much like in Empire Strikes Back when Leia says, I love you, and Han Solo says, I know. That, too, was ad-libbed, and I'm sure that Harrison Ford. I mean, that might be the most manly, charismatic, good-looking father-son duo I've ever seen on screen.
Yeah.
They're so tan and so sexy, it's just overwhelming. It's unbelievable. Like, no wonder Dr. Snyder made them Eskimo Bros. I would have as well. I'd be Eskimo Bros with them right now. No, I'd be the guy that makes them Eskimo Bros if given the opportunity. Very supernatural movie, right? Especially near the end.
Yeah, at the end for sure.
Especially near the end, which there's always a bit more of that than any that people want to give credit to. Like, it's not just hardcore science.
There's a ton in Indiana Jones.
Pretty much every Indiana Jones movie has a supernatural bent to it. And I do think you start to see some of the evolution to Crystal Skull where you survive nukes and fridges and whatnot because, like, you have some craziest. I mean, Sean Connery crashes a plane in this movie by shooing birds into the air, which could be a good technique, but it's still pretty over the top and funny. And then I guess
is that your favorite of the four that you've seen?
I think Raiders is going to be my favorite. I'm in love with Karen Allen. I am in love with Karen Allen. I don't know if it's Sandlot or Indy or what.
She's in 4 too.
That's what I've heard. So I'm excited to. She's in Crystal Skull.
Yeah, right.
Well, I don't remember her in Crystal Skull really. I'm sure she is.
Am I crazy?
But no, I mean I know they.
Yeah, she's in 4.
One of the biggest.
She's Shia LaBeouf's mom.
Oh,
in
really?
4.
Oh, nice. I don't remember that.
Yeah.
I don't think I realized how much I liked Karen Allen at the time. I realized upon rewatching, I think a few years ago, that Karen Allen was so much better in the lead in the second one. And Dr. Snyder was good. But I love.
She's in this one as well, the latest installment.
So I'll rewatch Raiders and see what. I got to rewatch the whole series before I determine a favorite. But the bottom line is, the movie is pure fun, and the other bottom line is, I've never thought about Zeppelin travel. Like commercial Zeppelin travel. And my God, it looks so luxurious. We're up here flying around in tin cans, packed in like a bunch of dweebs, sitting on top of each other. They're traveling on the Zeppelin, Jake. They're eating like 5-course meals in a full restaurant.
Yeah.
Like they're having delicious, neat whiskeys with one another. They have so much room to walk around and do stuff.
Yeah, those didn't work out.
I know what happened with the Hindenburg, but we can't figure it out. Put a couple things in place. Planes crash sometimes.
Not a lot of big planes.
Bring Zeppelins back. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. All I'm saying is I want to bring Zeppelin air travel back. It's 2023. It's time. Let's open a combo fireworks stand Zeppelin travel service, okay? It may seem like that's a bad crossover of ideas, an explosive combination, but there's only one way to find out. It's by doing. And so OTB is going to make the big money, boys.
How about this? That's a bad idea. Yeah, I mean, we can't have those two things together.
Yes, you can't. Just wait.
Okay. Karen Allen has 3 degrees.
What?
Yeah.
How can you be?
One from FIT, one from George Washington, and one from Lee Theater Institute.
Work out, Karen. How can you be so magnetic and charming and beautiful and also have 3 degrees? I mean, I have the first half down, but I only have 1 degree. What are you going to do?
And it's generally something you lean on.
Also, Nazis are just great cartoon bad guys as well, right? There's just no redeeming quality about a Nazi. Like, it's so easy to just hate on them no matter what. And God, the whole plane sequence. I forgot about the dogfight sequence. It's another good one. Shout out to Indiana Jones, man. I know it's in the air right now, but it's for a reason. So I'm excited. I'm thinking Raiders tonight, boys. And I don't really want to rewatch Temple of Doom, but I'm going to have to at some point.
That's the only one that I haven't rewatched lately.
So what did you think about what have you thought about your indie rewatches then?
Love, obviously the OG's the OG. Love the plane sequence where they're like fighting on the plane and it's just going in a circle basically. and it lasts for 20 minutes, but very entertaining. Yes. A lot of the same thoughts you had there for the third installment. Probably like on the surface, my favorite just because of Sean Connery.
Yeah,
and what he brought to the table. Haven't rewatched the second one yet. Plan on doing that soon. And 4 is just not good.
Have the boys watched them?
4. We watched 4.
Oh, they just dove straight into 4.
Yeah.
What'd they think?
It's hard to get the youth to watch anything grainy.
See, okay, that pisses me off because what else jumped off on me, film looks so much better than digital. And maybe I got goosebumps. Maybe I'm just getting old and this is just a classic, like, I like it back in my day. But I feel like objectively that film grain and the clarity of the film as well in a weird way, it just feels so much more real and visceral and beautiful and how the sets are lit and everything. Like you go watch an Indiana Jones movie and you then go watch a Marvel movie and be like, how did we end up here? How did we end up here where every single color on the screen looks fake and digitally altered?
What's the last movie that wasn't digital that we...
Top Gun 2 was probably the chief among them.
That's true, yeah.
I don't know if it was filmed on film. I know Nolan's a big 70 millimeter boy. Hateful Eight is filmed, and you can definitely see that as well. Like, I'm going to try to find a theater in Louisiana to see Oppenheimer in 70 millimeter. I don't know where exactly.
Jake, I don't know if Dunkirk was. I think 1917 was filmed.
Okay.
It didn't win like best. It had like that one continuous film
one
shot
best
or whatever.
cinematography, yeah, for the one shot kind of.
I think I saw that it was film.
Either way, Emil says the cinematography in Indy holds up well. It does. I mean, all that Lucas, Spielberg, all that era, no, not even just those two. Like a lot of those old movies hold up excellently because of the timeless nature of film.
I actually think that the film of the first 3 holds up better than the fourth. The fourth was digital, and it didn't look right.
I know. Again, you watch a Marvel movie, and it feels like every single piece of it is touched. And I guess it's weird because it should make sense. It's a comic book movie, so it should feel almost like a comic book that's drawn and colored, but it just doesn't work that well. I'm still thinking about Spider-Verse, so I watched like a 40-minute Easter egg video yesterday, on and off, just kind of throughout the day. So crazy how much detail is put in that movie. Chuck Bro says, Chuck, as he's quite the artist himself. If you follow him on Instagram, you saw that incredible Dylan Cruz painting he just did.
He has one that he's doing right now that he just sent me. Incredible.
Oh, really? It's not public yet?
Not public.
Oh, okay.
I'll show you during the break, though.
Well, he has, perks of the job. The point is, I trust Chuck's eye, and he says, sometimes it's too clear and it looks more fake. I agree. It's like an uncanny valley thing. It's like how a miniature will always make more sense to your brain than a completely digital creation will. Even in Mandalorian, sometimes they would make the miniature and then scan it in, and even doing it that way made you feel a bit more real. I don't know. Crazy, man.
That's what I really kind of appreciate about rewatching Friday Night Lights, the series. I think y'all have seen the movie, but not the series.
Yeah,
Me and Taylor have seen the series. There's a lot of times where like the camera work is really shoddy. Like there's a lot of out of focus like scenes, or you could straight up see the camera move. But I appreciate that because the reasons y'all are saying, more old school, feels more genuine.
Neither of you have seen the Friday Night Lights series.
No.
Go watch it. Because, Friday Night Lights, probably my favorite football movie of all time.
Yeah.
I think the series is better.
Yeah, it is critically acclaimed. It's not just like
it's good
football. Like I do know it's supposed to be. Now I've heard season 2 gets a little wonky because that's when the writer strike was, but then they came back and basically just ignored season 2. So I don't know. I don't know, Jake. For me, it's just tough to think about that. There's so much to watch. It's just really tough to think about them getting the call to the big leagues. Great minor league player and stuck in AAA forever. I'm hearing a lot of good things, dude. Okay, but I got other prospects that are making me a little more hard.
Yeah, they might get like a little 10-day call up.
Maybe
a 2-3 episodes.
Yeah, 2-3 episodes. a little 10-day contract.
And it's not that I'm against it. I mean, it's everything that I love. I mean, I love the main actor. I love obviously football. I love Texas high school football, and how important it is to those people. How many seasons we talking?
It's 5.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's not as bad as
No, it's not. And it's a good show when the 5th season is not the worst.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good finish to the series. I agree.
The last season might actually be my favorite.
Yeah. And I'm still, I haven't touched too much of it, but I'm in a much.
I'm going through Bear right now on Hulu.
Oh, forgot about that. Got to get on that too. Too much to watch. All right. More OTB coming up next.
OTB, OT. In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Hi, I'm Brandon Landry, founder and CEO of Walker.
Hi, my name is Dr. Craig Green.
This is Ryan Terrio with HUDCORoofing.com.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. No matter how big your commercial roofing job, HUDCO can help.
My patients come to me because they trust that I can get the job done at a high level. Ryan Terrio and Richard Tilley have the same level of trust when it comes to roofing.
If you have a roofing issue, call HUDCO Roofing.
Give us a call, 364-1007, and we'll come to your house and give you a free inspection.
Turn my music high, 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 yeah.
You don't know what you're doing.
Sure I do. I'm from the streets where the hood can swallow on me. Bullets will follow on me. There's so much that you could run the slalom. And cops comb this top to bottom. They say that we are prone to violence, but it's home sweet home. With personalities clashing, chrome meets chrome. Prices up and down like it's Wall Street.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look.
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust Poll of the Day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, live at lunch on Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the Poll of the Day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
Lunch, taking a few days off for the 4th of July. We'll be back on July 5th, Wednesday, from Mike Anderson Seafood, just off of Nicholson. It's Live at Lunch, live from Mike Anderson's, Wednesday, July 5th, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Hudco Roofing brings you live coverage of the 2023 SEC Football Media Days. Join us Monday, July 17th through Thursday, July 20th, as we take you inside college football's premier conference. It's the 2023 SEC Football Media Days, heard exclusively on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and brought to you by Hudco Roofing.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
So, boys, you know Salah? They're
Mo
country
Salah?
are they in? No, not Mo Salah.
I thought of Robert Saleh, honestly.
No, not Robert Salah, but good Salahs, boys, for sure. No, Salah. Their contact in whatever country they're in Indiana Jones. I can't remember. Bearded guy. Remember, he's like getting boots on the ground guy, helping out, giving the horse, giving the cannibals, all that. That's John Rhys-Davies. Do we know what other role John Rhys-Davies is incredibly famous for? Who would have played? One of the most impactful series of movies ever made.
I mean, I know where this is going, but I don't know.
Most impactful?
One of the most impactful movie series ever
thinking
made.
of Star Wars.
No, it's not Star Wars.
No?
Star Wars.
Harry Potter.
No, it's not Harry Potter. It is a movie series in which the
Fast and
final movie
Furious.
went 11 for 11 at the Oscars. I'm talking about Lord of the Rings. Who did John Rhys-Davies play
That
in
was
Lord
my
of the
next
Rings?
guess.
Oh, he played a dwarf, right?
He was Gimli?
Yeah.
How about that? Salah
God.
is Gimli.
Today years old.
Gimli
Like now that
is Salah.
as soon as you said it, I'm like, yes.
Who would have ever known, dude? My ox. Yeah, Bobby Hotep got it.
That's a joke about Fast and Furious.
What'd you say?
You were
talking about the most impactful. Well, I mean, yes and no. Yes and no. How many movie series have gotten as many theater releases as Fast and Furious?
That's fair.
I'm not talking home DVD. I'm not talking direct to streaming. How many movies have gotten as many pure theater releases as our
Is
guy?
10 the record?
I mean, right? I don't know if I can think of another one off the top of my head. Mission Impossible's getting up there.
Oh, I can't wait.
They never went direct to DVD, and they got to be at what,
They got a
6
new
or
one
7
coming out?
now? Yeah, they got.
Yeah, they
there's
got a
gonna
new
be.
one
I saw the preview for it
The
yesterday.
12th, right?
It's like number 7, maybe.
No, maybe.
Yeah,
It might
and
be
I think
7.
whatever it was titled was called Part 1. So you
Yeah,
gotta
yeah.
think there's gonna
Yeah.
be a Part 2.
That's usually how that works.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
man.
it's the last one though. These two are the last. You know, anytime you do
Who
that.
said that?
I think Tom did.
He did? Okay. If Tom said,
I was
I'll
like, look,
believe
I
it.
mean, I'm all about driving this motorcycle off this mountain and parachuting, but I don't know how many more times we can do that.
I guess technically, though, maybe this doesn't count, but technically James Bond would have to be the answer. Because they have never had a direct to. It's got different actors, but the James Bond
how many
series
is there,
never,
though?
There's like 20-something or 30-something. James Bond's up there. James Bond's been going on forever. Speaking of, Sean Connery, one of the all-time great.
Do we count
James
that though?
Bonds.
Because I mean,
It's
like there's a
different.
lot of movies with Jack Ryan, the character Jack Ryan, right? I mean, Harrison Ford, Ben Affleck,
Okay, I was going to say
Chris Pine.
Okay, really?
Yeah,
What?
they've all been. But do we count
Alec
that?
Baldwin.
Alec
What?
Baldwin
No,
and Hunt
y'all
for
are
Red
just throwing
October.
out- y'all are just throwing out.
they were
random-
all
Hunt
Jack
for Red
Ryan.
October is Jack Ryan.
Oh, Hunt for Red October is a Jack Ryan book.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. It's a lot of Jacks.
Well, and then they had the Jack Ryan spin-off series too, didn't they? I didn't see
There's
it.
a
but they
series
do.
on Amazon.
Yeah,
it's really,
I think
really
John
good.
Krasinski plays him.
Yeah, he does. He's really good.
So what's the difference between Jack Ryan and Jack Reacher?
I mean, Jack Ryan's in the CIA. Jack Reacher is just he's a army vet, if I'm not mistaken.
He's just a dude.
Like
Well,
a-
both go on
and
adventures?
Grisham did not write Jack Reacher, I don't think, right?
Okay.
It's a good question. I'm trying to count how many James Bond movies.
So is Jack Ryan on the submarine in Hunt for Red October?
Yeah, like Alec Baldwin plays Jack Ryan in Hunt for Red October.
So they got to get Jack off the sub.
Yes.
Yeah, right? Unlike the Titanic people from a couple weeks
I
ago.
almost put Subway as a
26.
weekend loser because a Subway somewhere,
Bond.
I forgot where, was making fun of the submarine people. They said our subs don't implode. And
What?
A
Oh,
lot,
yeah, I saw that this morning. It was
Seems
in
like a bit of a tasteless advertisement.
yeah, that's what everyone says. But much like a lot of the submarine memes, it's still really funny. A
No,
lot of
it
people
still
laugh.
is.
A
But
lot
you
of
can't
people
be-
popping off these jokes about.
The thing is,
funny.
you can
Submarine.
I can be a regular person and tweet out a sub meme. You can't be a publicly traded corporation and make
Yeah.
a joke about people dying.
Yeah, corporate wasn't really happy about that. Their community was. It was in Savannah, Georgia, by the way. These are your people. But yeah,
Oh, so this is like a local sub owner.
Yes.
It's a bit more understandable.
Yes.
Tasteless, but-
Franchisee.
Yeah, okay.
corporate came in and shut it down, but it's still really
Look,
good.
after the
pub.
Jerry deal, I mean, Everybody's like, we are not having that.
Oh my God. I thought you meant 26 Jack Ryan movies. Okay.
Oh
26
no,
James
sorry.
Bond movies.
26. I didn't know there was 26 James Bond. Like I knew there had been a bunch. I would have guessed like 14. 26 going back to 1962.
Shout out.
Dr. No.
Speaking of which, another just classic, great practical effects movie. When they flipped that car over the river, all real. You remember Rob Dyrdek on Fantasy Factory flipped the car? Anybody remember that? That was pretty cool too. Pretty cool. I don't know what we're talking about, guys.
Speaking of things that you used to maybe watch back in the day and now you watch and are terrible, ridiculousness. It's not good at all.
I never watched it to begin with. I think it missed me by just a little bit in terms of like when I saw it, I was like, I don't think this is very good. But shout out Rob Dyrdek, ridiculousness still going on. And although I haven't flipped live channels in a while, it's kind of taken on. Like, remember, there were periods in my life where if I put on the USA Network, I was guaranteed to either see The Mummy or Law and Order.
Mm-hmm.
And if you were to flip on MTV today, you're guaranteed to either see, I mean, ridiculousness is going to be one of the options. I don't know what the other one would be.
It's probably like ridiculousness, an hour of like Teen Mom, and then back to ridiculousness.
Yes, that makes sense. I think that's probably the programming.
In my TV package, I don't know why this channel exists, but they have one that plays all like TRL era songs.
Okay.
It's like Total Request Live Playlist, I believe is the name of the show. And I'll be honest with you, I find myself on it. Not often, but when I do, I stay on there.
Watching music videos. Are you doing something in the background? Like, are you
It's background fodder.
Okay.
It's background fodder, but
you're not just
like,
sitting there and watching.
There's some bangers that you forget about.
Gulf South, bigger surprise for lasting this long, ridiculousness or Wild 'N Out? That's a good question.
Wild 'N Out for sure.
I just learned the other day that that's still on air. Were we having that conversation?
Because there's always been a form of ridiculousness. Like Daniel Tosh had Tosh.0.
Yeah.
You had America's Funniest Home Videos. Like I feel like Wild 'N Out's that's got a shelf life
They're
for sure.
Still just doing some kind of funny insults at each other, I suppose. You all remember Yo Mama with Wilmer Valderrama?
Yes.
That was a really dumb show.
Elite show.
That was a really.
I don't think I remember that.
No, like what he would do is like, okay, if he's in California, he's like, oh, I'm gonna go get the best Yo Mama guy from Orange County and the best one from like LA, and they're gonna like battle each other.
They made it a whole sport.
Intense,
it was so freaking funny.
So it was not intense. It was not.
No,
intense.
I mean they made it.
It was a TV show in which people hurled pre-scripted insults at one another.
We still
and it was
need to
kind of
do
funny.
the tier list of MTV shows. So Singled Out, Next, Room Raiders.
Well, we're
Pimp My
finally in the
Ride.
tier list season, so we can. We're finally here. With no sports for the next few weeks.
If Wimbledon's the only live sport, I think now's a perfect time to do tier list.
I agree. Catfish, as Champ says in the chat, the heavy hitters on
Catfish,
MTV. Yep, probably.
God,
Shout out Max
just think
and
of
Eve, made complete careers out of getting
like
Catfish.
Every time I think of the show Next, and the poor son of a gun that got screamed next at as soon as he walked onto the bus because you are so unattractive, it hurts my heart to think about how that had to feel.
Oh, it's the worst. Yeah, absolute worst, dude.
Like you see that person
instant nexted.
Next.
It's just, and the worst part is then you got to walk of shame back on the bus, and everybody's like, "Oh, what happened, dog? Oh, I'm like, man, she ain't that hot anyway, dude." Like, oh, dude, I got instant nexted.
Do y'all remember Parental Control?
Oh yeah.
And this is that show stayed on till about.
I forgot about Parental
that
Control.
show stayed on till about 8 years ago. Like that was a
Help me
thing
out
for
here.
a while.
Your parents would watch you on the date, and would they be whispering you cues
No,
in
so,
your
no.
ears?
So what it was like if they didn't like your spouse or significant
they'd
other,
try to get
whatever,
rid of 'em.
the mom would like okay, like if they didn't like my girlfriend, they would be like, oh, a mom finds a girl for me, the dad finds a girl for me. You go on a date. At the end, you pick one of the two new ones, or you pick to stay with your original girlfriend.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I remember that now, dude.
What a concept.
Yeah, it was so funny when they would
And then the current spouse would have to sit on the couch with the parents, and they're just like hurling
Watching
insults,
the date.
watching them on the date. Yeah.
And they'd
Good
always
show.
be like they'd be so disrespectful
To
to,
the
the
parents,
parents.
yeah.
Oh my God, dude. Bobby Hotep says Cash Cab is goated. That was a big one in college for us. I remember being pretty devastated when I learned that it was all actors.
Yeah, that hurt me.
I mean, they're still answering questions, but it's not just like I could never randomly stumble into the Cash Cab. I liked it when I believed in a world where that was possible.
I liked it when I believed that if I was in New York City, I might find my way into the cash cab. I was ready.
I know, that's what I'm saying. But you got to sign a waiver and sign up for the show, and no. Let's see what else we have here. Kiffin's Crimson Corner, Mac Lindsay brings up, that was an all-timer. See, that's why Tosh Point was so much better than Ridiculousness.
Because it was
also
skits.
Daniel Tosh
Yeah,
was like
it
an
was
actual
skits.
comedian.
It was like Ridiculousness meets like Key and Peele. Like if you kind of mix those two shows.
Key and Peele.
What was the one on E?
Fast. No, very good movie, by the way.
Talk Soup? Talk Soup?
Yeah, Joel McHale.
Yeah, okay, yeah. But it was some other guy than Joel McHale, but that had a long run.
Room Raiders. People talking about Chanel West Coast. Ask the bench, did Jersey Shore do more damage than good?
They still have like Floribama Shore, and also it's still something they do.
Yeah, they have that one in Georgia. It's called like Buckhead Shore. It's on like Buckhead Lake or something. I saw an ad for it on YouTube like last week.
I hate that.
Rob Champ says Rob Dyrdek, low key a genius. Check out his contract. He makes money all around. Rob Dyrdek goes beyond being a genius. Rob Dyrdek is a literal robot that has built empires. I fell into a Rob Dyrdek hole recently where he was explaining, Jake, his time management, and he's so analytical that every single day he tracks everything down to the exact minute, and then he puts numerical values 1 through 10 on like how motivated he is, how his physical health feels, how his mental health feels, blah, blah, blah. And so he has tried to quantify his entire life. And now he's like, I spend like 33% with my family, 33% sleeping, X amount work. So it is for somebody who began as like a skater. It is crazy how this guy's brain works. It's overwhelming to me. Like I would never want to live like that. But shout out Rob Dyrdek because everything he's done is basically turned to gold. Yeah, there it is, Bill. But didn't we talk about Rob Dyrdek's schedule with Managed? We might have mentioned it at some point. Summertime. Floribama Shore.
Oof.
I watched a couple episodes of that.
No, you did.
Right? Yeah, back in the day.
Did you?
Yeah. It was all right. And there's a time in my life where I would have been great as hey, let's just let this guy go get really drunk and irresponsible on camera. I would have probably ruined my life in a lot of ways, but I could have given you a couple good episodes. That's for damn sure.
You'd have hit the NOS and you would have given us 3 episodes.
Yeah, exactly. And then I would have got kicked out the house. Workaholics was a great show. All right, when we get back, hold on now, T-Bob. Hold on now. Because we got a little UFC action going down this weekend. UFC 290 is going to be big, Jake. We got 2 champs entering the octagon in Vegas, but only one's going to leave. Who's going to win that featherweight title? It's going to be Alexander Volkanovski or interim champ Yair Rodriguez. Place your bets tonight at the DraftKings Sportsbook app, official sports betting partner of the UFC. New customers bet just $5, get $150 in bonus bets instantly. That's new customers. Remember, everyone can take the action up a level with the DraftKings same fight parlays. It's the same thing we were talking about the NBA playoffs, Jake. The more legs you add, the bigger the payout. What are you waiting for? DraftKings Sportsbook app you download today. Promo code Baton Rouge, all one word. Bet $5 on the fight, you get $150 in bonus bets. Instantly download DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use promo code Baton Rouge. $150 in bonus bets, as we discussed, only this Saturday on DraftKings Sportsbook with code Baton Rouge. Must be 21 or older, physically present in Louisiana. Select pairs only. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. Eligibility or deposit restrictions apply. Terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/MMA terms. Licensing partner Golden Nugget Lake Charles. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 1-800-426-2537. More to be next.
OTB, OT. Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
The world's leaders in obesity research, obesity medicine, and obesity science are right here.
We're doing something that no one's ever done, or trying to answer a question that no one's ever asked before.
Pennington is a real jewel when it comes to research.
We are finding the solutions to the world's worst chronic disease, which is obesity. Louisiana needs Pennington Biomedical.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all of that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
Here at America's #1 battery destination.
And what if I don't know how to connect it?
No problem. We have a how-to for you at AutoZone.com. Restrictions apply.
Hey y'all, my name is Tiara, and a little thing that I love about the Chick-fil-A Spicy Chicken Biscuit is that it has the perfect amount of spice to jumpstart my day. Whoever thought of it, thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Robert, and a little thing I love about Chick-fil-A Spicy Chicken Biscuit is the biscuit. It reminds me of my grandma's homemade biscuit. It's always buttery and savory. Then you add the spices, instant classic.
Order the Spicy Chicken Biscuit on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real Chick-fil-A guests paid for their testimonials.
It's on. Have a happy 4th. We're off Tuesday, back Wednesday for another edition of the Hunt Palmer Show. It'll be a What If Wednesday and baseball transfer portal. Hunt Palmer Show, 1 to 3 weekdays, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
OTB OT with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
Taylor, what did you just show me?
I told you that is the worst show on TV right now.
TLC, the Life Channel, came out with a show, Jake, called MILF Manor. Which, side note, we mentioned American Pie earlier in the show. Massive cultural significance out of the American Pie movie. not just sleeping with a pie, which did leave a big footprint in the public consciousness, but the word MILF did not exist before that. Shout out to the writer who made that up and was and isn't it Harold from Harold and Kumar who actually delivers it? I'm almost positive when they're at the party at the end, he is the one who says it. But either way, that word did not exist before, and now it's in the cultural lexicon to the point where it just gets a show title. I don't know. I mean, is it worth? I don't think we have time to play with audio. I wrestled back and forth because the audio is so ridiculous. But you can play the B-roll if you want when we talk about it real quick. But yeah, Jake, there's a show called MILF Manor, which is older women looking for love.
Mm-hmm.
And at the grand reveal, when they see who the young eligible bachelors are, when they pull the curtain back, it's their sons. So there's 8 MILFs and 8 sons, and they all have to try to date one another. And I know, look, in a world where we just talked about being naive and cash cab and everything, I am sure that this was somewhere in the contract. I do think they all look little weirded out at the big reveal. Maybe I'm being naive. Maybe I'm getting played. That's absolutely possible. It's how these reality TV people make so much money. But I would feel pretty uncomfortable if I was the sons or one of the MILFs. And if I knew I had to do this all in front of the person that I either gave birth to or was born from. Wild world.
What are we doing?
It's a good thing we had the hottest day on record in 250,000 years or whatever yesterday, because we're done. Societally.
How do you know it's 250,000 years?
It said 125. It's funny that you say that because it was at 125,000. But it's funny that you say that because immediately got into something about carbon dating the ice or whatever, and I was like, oh my God, Jake's just gonna shut this down right away.
Carbon dating the ice.
It was something like that. I literally didn't even read it because I was like, you know what? I don't need to understand why they said this because even if I do, Jake's not going to buy it. So it doesn't matter. I don't have to put any effort into this.
It's fair.
I can just repeat what I read.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. So for you can know that it's the hottest since they started recording in 79. Okay?
I know that was a year.
So there you go. You know 1979.
Yeah.
That is true. I dare one of those other sons to come at me at MILF Manor, though. I was like, oh, you got in there? Huh? Well, I was in there first. Okay? Never forget that. Get the hell out of here. More OTB coming up next.
OTB, OT.
Go to Riverlands Insurance, 225-206-1517 for all your insurance needs. Riverlands is there for you. And look, this is Louisiana can be an odd market, right? And many of your flood insurance needs, home insurance, auto, business, whatever the case may be, they understand it. This is a Louisiana company from the ground up. One of the fast-growing insurance companies in the entirety of the South. Best place to work by Insurance Business Magazine in 2022. What are you waiting for, guys? Get on or get left behind. Save money today by calling 225-206-1517. It's Tom's email, cell phone number. He will shop and work for you.
Call that number today anywhere in the state of Louisiana, North Louisiana, up in Shreveport area. Listen on 11:30 a.m. The Tiger. If you're in Alexandria, New Orleans, listen on ESPN. Anywhere in the state, any area code, we are talking to you. Call Thomas today. And we tell you all the time, you can call him right now. He is going to answer. He's going to have that conversation with you, 225-206-1517.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding?
Matt Moscona from all of us here at AFR wishing you a very happy and safe 4th of July. We're taking Tuesday off for the 4th, but we'll be back for Wednesday's AFR presented by Plucker. So join us 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
OTB OT with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. Closing out this Wednesday. Hope you're having a good one. Matt Flynn, nowhere to be seen. Off gallivanting around. Texted Underhill today. He's in Amsterdam. He said he went to the Anne Frank house yesterday and then the Van Gogh Museum. Terribly jealous. Anne Frank house would be super intense. Super incredible, super intense. I feel like art museum would be a nice way of kind of cleansing the palate and coming out of that dark spot.
Is there anywhere that you've been that you can remember thinking, kind of having that feeling of something, kind of dark happen here? The book depository in Dallas for me, like,
is that something with
Lee Harvey Oswald, like where
okay,
and I'm not saying that he's the only shooter. I'm just saying, like, you still like it because you see the angle and you see like, it's like, man, this is heavy.
I don't know.
Y'all got one?
That I've walked in the ancient battlefields. I mean, I've gone on like some
Gettysburg. You never done that?
Graveyards and stuff. No.
I saw the Berlin Wall. I think there was a hint to that. Also saw the theater where Lincoln was shot, which also made me have some pretty deep thoughts. So, yeah.
I've been to the book depository building where Kennedy was shot.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know, man.
Allegedly.
That's right. Yeah, it's a legend.
I don't think the getting shot part's alleged.
No. From the book depository.
That definitely happened.
Being Lee Harvey Oswald and him being the only shooter.
Yeah. No, for sure. I was just making sure we're on the same page.
I used to walk past the Wyndham on Poydras Street in New Orleans, and it would make me remember, sorry, T-Bob, the night that LSU played Alabama in the championship game, because I stayed there, and I remember that night really well. It wasn't a very fun night, but yeah, bad memories. But LSU winning in 2019 made me feel a lot better about that every time I pass up that hotel.
I thought you've been to Normandy, no?
Nope.
For some reason, I thought you had been to Normandy.
I'm trying to think if I've been on any classic battlefields. I don't think I have. Huh. Crazy.
Obviously, where the World Trade Centers were in New York, I went in 2002, so the summer after that, and obviously still certainly see the effects of it, and that was pretty heavy as well.
Yeah, I did. Emil says pretty much any plantation in America. I do agree. There are some old slave quarters somewhere. I can't remember where. That we were looking at one time. We actually ended up, some guy with a gun showed up and got very upset with us for being on the property. But it was, it was pretty dark. That is true. Ask the Bench. Brought to you by Cold Cruise Life. Visit our hotel in Blue Moon Lot. Sky, such a sweet. My bestie, Jonathan, is traveling to visit me today in San Antonio. Couldn't shout him out and ask him to please be safe. He'll listen to you guys. Hey, Jonathan, Ben wants you to be safe getting to San Antonio, and I hope y'all have a wonderful time when you get there. Viva los Spurs. Go Wemby.
Not go Wemby.
Who's going to win Rookie of the Year, Chet Holmgren or Wembayama?
That's so stupid that you could be in your second year and still win it. You're not a rookie, but that is the rule. I'm still going Wemby.
Wembanyama.
I thought you just said Wemby's going to suck.
He's still going to be good enough to win Rookie of the Year. That doesn't mean I want them to win.
Going Chet.
I'm going. Who the Pelicans are at? Crawford.
Hawkins.
Jordan Hawkins.
It's the grits.
Jordan Crawford. Right?
No. Shout out. Dunked on LeBron one time.
Yeah.
LeBron destroyed the footage.
Hell yeah.
Jordan Hawkins is going to be nice, though. Really good shooter. 6'3", short of breaking Ray Allen's record for threes at UConn. So I think he'll be nice.
Shout out Ray Allen. Did anybody dream about him the other night? I don't remember.
The Rim.
Great
rewatch that.
Great.
Wonder if it holds up. Hold up?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah?
I think so. Still a great film.
It was great when I was young, for sure.
I don't see any other Ask the Bench questions. So it's all up to you, Jonathan, to get to San Antonio safe. Love y'all.
You got a little Canadian tuxedo almost on today.
Yeah, you like that?
I don't like that
Yeah, you got a
at
little thigh
all.
slap, baby.
I didn't love any portion of that.
Y'all have a great day. I'll report back with Raiders tomorrow. If you want to come holler at your boy, Skenes and T tonight at Oliver Twist. More to be tomorrow.
OTB. OT.
The world's leaders in obesity research, obesity medicine, and obesity science are right here.
We're doing something that no one's ever done or trying to answer a question that no one's ever asked before.
Pennington is a real jewel when it comes to research.
We are finding the solutions to the world's worst chronic disease, which is obesity. Louisiana needs Pennington Biomedical.
Hi, I'm Brandon Landry, founder and CEO of Walk.
Hi, my name is Dr. Craig Green.
This is Ryan Terrio with HUDCORoofing.com.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. No matter how big your commercial roofing job, HUDCO can help.
My patients come to me because they trust that I can get the job done at a high level. Ryan Terrio and Richard Tilley have the same level of trust when it comes to roofing.
If you have a roofing issue, call HUDCO Roofing.
Give us a call, 364-1007, and we'll come to your house and give you a